Good evening, everyone. Happy Hobbit Day. Or as the voice in my head has been saying it the last 30 minutes as I've been getting ready for the stream. If you know who Bobcat Goldthwait is, I've had his voice in the back of my head saying that to me over the past, in his comic voice, not his normal voice. That Happy Hobbit Day. I can't do Bobcat Goldthwait. That was a horrible rendition. If you don't know who Bobcat Goldthwait is, go look him up. You'll get what I'm saying. Just hear Happy Hobbit Day in his voice, and you'll be on the same wavelength as where I'm at right now. It's another level, kids. My second cup of afternoon coffee. I did not take a nap today, which is a very rare thing. Chris and I both worked through the afternoon. Neither one of us took a nap. Get my other keyboard here. Just talking about things, going over plans. We've got the office renovation happening soon. She's going to start getting some storage containers set up next week so that we can start emptying out that storage room into plastic tubs. Because what it's been since we moved in 2.5 years ago has been like cardboard boxes and some plastic containers. But we moved here with cardboard boxes full of stuff, and we left a lot of it just there in the storage rooms. So now that we're going to renovate that, she's getting those things pulled out, put into plastic bins, and then we're going to start scraping the walls and peeling off all the old paint. We're going to document all of that over at the Homestead channel. So if you're not following along there, you should. Plus the Homestead channel right now, every morning at 4 a.m., I start a catio live stream, so you can hang out with our 8 cats and our 30 backyard chickens. We have meat chickens and egg chickens. And you can just watch the sun come up and listen to crickets and chickens cackling and roosters crowing and cats having fun. That happens every morning over on the Homestead channel. So, if you're new here tonight and you don't know what I'm talking about, follow the links below. Go to my Discord. In the Discord section is the Crafts Garden and etc. channel. There's also a bunch of stuff in there for my brother's ranch in southeast Missouri. They have a cattle ranch, so if you're interested in farm to table, you want to buy a quarter, half, or full side of beef, you can do so directly through them. Commercial stuff out of the way. What's up, Pixel Pit? Everybody else logging in for the first time tonight, welcome back to another round of Lord of the Rings Online, playing my River Hobbit. Tonight we're taking a little break because it is Hobbit Day, and hit Alt-Tab on the wrong keyboard. Haha! We have a quest that popped up because of the date. Making sure that I don't have anything else I need to untrack. Baggins' birthday. Speak to Frodo Baggins in the last homely house in Rivendell. Frodo can be found in Rivendell, inside the last homely house. The birthday of Frodo and Bilbo Baggins is upon us, and Frodo is looking for an adventurer to assist him with a birthday surprise for his Uncle Bilbo. So there we go. So we've got to make it to Rivendell. I don't know if I can fast travel there at this level. If we can't, I'm going to burn a mithril coin. Who am I kidding? We'll take the long way. We'll take the long way around. Where am I? Oh, that's right, with the bottom of this hill. We gotta go up. Alright. Mizzlebush says over on Twitch, I've never even heard of this game. What year did it release? 2007? I want to say 2007 was when it released. It's like 17 years or something like that. It's been out for quite a while. Oh, you are welcome, Pixel. Oh, I missed the turn off. Hang on. Where can I ride from here? Western Eregion? Can I get to Rivendell from there? I don't remember. I know Mossword lets me travel to a lot of places. I don't know that that's going to get me there. We should probably go back to Mossword, because I know from there I can go to Bree. I might even be able to go to Rivendell directly from Mossword. I'm not sure. Alright. That coffee's done. Chris just went out to the grocery store. Cat litter was on sale, so she was like, I'm running out before the rain comes. We had a rainstorm last 2 nights. Gonna have a rainstorm again tonight. Every night this week. And there's a hurricane forming over one of the coasts. So we'll probably be getting non-stop rain for like the next 8 or 10 days. Which is not a bad thing. It's gonna drive the temperatures down. But it also means that I might occasionally have power outages.
Hello there.
And internet outages, which is always fun. Westbury, Kellendam Thorns Gate, Mickle Delving, Rivendell Stables. I've got mithril coins, don't I? Oh no, this is legendary. I don't know that I do. How much do they cost? I do have some coins stockpiled. I probably don't want to spend coins on these though. I don't know, man. 100 coins for 850. That's not too bad. 250 for 2,000. No, I'll tell you what, guys. I'll tell you what. We might have some people who are new on the stream tonight.
Greetings, friend.
We're going to do it the old-fashioned way. We're going to go back to Bree. We're going to follow the footsteps of the Fellowship all the way to Rivendell so that those of you who are first-time viewers can watch the trek. And you know what, actually? We're gonna pull a video out of this for YouTube called From Bree to Rivendell. And this will become its own thing on the YouTubes. This is going to start at 11 minutes in. This will be fun. So any of you who are tuning in for the first time who might be new, we're going to make the trip all the way from Bree to Rivendell tonight, and then we're going to work on that Hobbit Day quest. What's up, Babylonia? So we are in Western Bree right now, approaching the Prancing Pony, which some of you may or may not have heard of. Nudge, nudge, wink, wink. An important destination in any River Hobbit's journey. Any LOTRO fan's journey. Prancing Pony, everybody. Lots of stuff goes down in the Prancing Pony. Just saying. Spoiler alert. I've got, so Redneck8 says, meant to ask, what server did you play on before the legendary servers? I've got characters all over the place. The character started off on, I honestly don't remember, years and years ago. I've got a bunch of characters on Laurelin, which used to be a European server under Codemasters. I have an account that has characters over there, and then I have characters on that account from here as well. Played there for quite a few years, and then I have another account, which is this account, which I've also had since launch, and this is, most of my characters on this account are on Landroval. I've got Landroval characters and Laurelin characters. Those are the two main servers. And then also on the original, thanks Visibler over on Twitch for that subscription, appreciate the support. I've also got characters on, I don't remember the name of the first, was it Arkenstone? I cannot remember the name of the first legendary server that LOTRO did. I had characters on that. I don't know if that server's still around or not, because that was like 4 or 5 years ago. You're gonna make your way here, guys, to the south gates of Bree, and you're gonna head out down the road towards the Lone Lands. So we are following in the footsteps of the Fellowship of the Ring. More or less. We're not going to take it direct. We're not going to go direct to Weathertop. We're going to go by Weathertop. Because I love, that's one of the things I love about this game, is how you can go the same places all the characters from the book went. So this is for the first time viewers. We're gonna ride to Rivendell. Take the journey. Pixel asks over on Twitch, what's the difference between servers? Hey, thanks for resubscribing for the second month in a row over on Twitch, Simple Monk. Appreciate that. Thank you very much, and also thanks for the follows, guys. I've got a video that explains it in greater detail if you want to check out the playlist over on YouTube. But essentially, the difference is that the legendary servers launched. Every time they do a legendary server, it's like if you've ever played classic World of Warcraft or EverQuest 2, EverQuest 1, those progression servers. It basically, the way the game exists right now on these servers is it's level 1 to 50. It's capped at level 50 and there's no expansion content. It's just the base game. And then in a few months after the server launches, a few months after that, they launch the first expansion, which in this case will be Moria. And then a few months after that, they'll do, I think it's Mirkwood is next. And then a few months after that, they'll do Isengard. And a few months after that, they'll do Rohan. And a few months after that, they'll do Helm's Deep. Whereas if you go to one of the live servers, all of the expansion content over the last 17 years is already live. And on those servers, the cap is like level 140. Also, the classic servers, those legacy servers are free to play. Whereas the legendary servers cost a monthly subscription. So you go VIP for the time that you want to play the legendary servers. And with these new servers, the ones that just opened up in August, there's a couple of differences compared to previous legendary servers. One is that it is using new 64-bit technology, and we've talked about this when these servers first launched. The performance on these servers is much better compared to the free servers. The free servers, you'll occasionally get some. It's not game breaking, but it's annoying. You'll occasionally get some lag spikes or some rubber banding because there are some performance issues with the older servers. They do have plans, assuming everything goes the way they want. They do have plans to go back and add this tech to the free servers at some point down the road. But right now, the new tech is only on the new servers, and it's a noticeable difference in performance. And also on these particular legendary servers, there is an event going on, which is like a seasonal thing. It's part of the server where, I can't remember the name of it, gosh darn it. But essentially every time you kill a monster, there is a small chance that a even con or same level wraith will spawn. And you can either try to defeat it or you can run. And if you defeat it, you get some special currencies that you can spend at a special seasonal merchant who has special items that you can only purchase with the currency from this event. And then there's big raid boss Nazgul that spawn occasionally. And those require a bunch of high-level characters to take out. There's a special series of things that you have to do to take them out related to rings and etc. So there's a little bit of a difference in these new legacy servers, but mostly, or legendary servers, sorry. Mostly the big difference here is that it's level 1 to 50, so it's capped, and everyone is here outside of Moria. No one can go into Moria yet. We have to wait for the expansion to launch. So if you were to want to play with other players around your same level, the legendary servers would be the best, whereas the free-to-play servers, a lot of people are going to be at cap, and not necessarily grouping with low-level content. Yeah, I really wish they had controller support, Envy. Every week we play, I talk about that. I'm not a huge keyboard and mouse fan anymore because I've done it for too many years and I much prefer controller, but unfortunately this and Star Wars: The Old Republic, which are two older MMOs that I really enjoy, neither one of them have controller supports, which is why I only play this game like once a week. I don't have the patience to sit here and play mouse and keyboard anymore. Plus I've played this game since launch, so I've put in my time. I still love it and I still am happy to play it, but I try not to do very much mouse and keyboard if I can avoid it. So like World of Warcraft, I play with a controller. I'm so glad that they added that support. But it's a monetary investment, and I understand Standing Stones Games has to pick their battles. And one of their battles was getting new server tech, which they did. And new server tech is way more important than controller support. So ahead of us, everybody, there's Weathertop in the distance. And if you've never done the book quests in these games, oh, you're in for a treat. There's some really fun quests related to Weathertop. Especially that first horse ride across the wilderness. It's fun. Quests up there are a lot of fun. Here's the lowlands, everybody. This will probably take us a good 10-15 minutes to get over there. Don't forget to grab the horse, guys, stable master along your way.
Greetings.
And we're going to continue down the road. Now from here we're heading to the Troll Shaws, which is my favorite zone in the whole game. Even after all these years, I love the Troll Shaws. There are possibly some locations like Fanghorn Forest I think is cooler than the Troll Shaws. Rohan in particular, I just love the Rohan expansion. So we're going to be riding through here, past Osgurth, past Weathertop, over to the last bridge. Ooh, I wonder if I can remember where to find the trolls. I may have to look that up, it's been a while. So there's good old Weathertop up there. Welcome everyone. If you're tuning in for the first time, I play Lord of the Rings online on Monday nights. Tonight is a special night because it's Hobbit Day, so happy Hobbit Day. Well, I think technically yesterday was happy Hobbit Day, but still. If you have not seen my reaction video for Tales of the Shire, that was announced yesterday, you need to. It looks awesome. I cannot wait to frickin' play. Weta Workshop. It's their first ever video game. And the vast majority of that team are all people who came over after having worked on Peter Jackson's films, the Hobbit films. They've worked on Rings of Power. They've worked on all sorts of stuff, the War of the Rohirrim film that's coming out in December. Weta Workshops has been working on Middle-earth for like 30 years. And they have their first ever Lord of the Rings game coming out in March. It's already added to our schedule. We're going to be playing it in March alongside Adamfall. But it's called Tales of the Shire. It's a cozy little game that's all about crafting and cooking and gardening as a hobbit in the Shire. It looks amazing. Alan Muddock says, ciao from Rome. Ciao, ciao. Ev asks if there's a new... Well, it says, wish we could get a new Lord of the Rings MMO game. Amazon is working on a new Lord of the Rings MMO. They announced it 2 years ago, I think. So that is still in the works. They're still prototyping, so I wouldn't expect that anytime soon. But I would say sometime probably within the next 5 years, we might see some rumblings from them on their MMO. Probably around the time that this game is, you know, getting 20 years old, they'll probably start to release some more stuff. Osgurth is coming up on the left. We're on the Great East Road. We're going to duck in here. We got to grab the stable master over here. I haven't seen Standing Stones make any announcements related to that Arcan. Have they made a statement recently that they're adding controller support or something? Because I haven't gone and looked at their forums or read their newsletter recently. So if LOTRO is adding controller support, I'd love to hear about it. Oops, get the deed here. Go back to the horse.
Well met.
Oh, so it's not official? Alright. Well, if it's not official, let's avoid any discussion about it, please. We only support official things from the company at this point. Copyright and trademark are pretty important. We respect those things in this community. It's a big deal for me as someone who has created quite a few IPs I definitely am a firm supporter of only official patches and only official mods and only official things are allowed. Want to make sure that Standing Stones Games gets the support that they need, because they're the ones who keep this game alive and well. But nudge, nudge, wink, wink, Standing Stones Games. There are quite a few people out there who would love controller support. I think it's a cool thing if they had the budget to do in 2025. It would be a cool addition. But I also want Broadsword to get on it for Star Wars: Old Republic as well. Chop chop. Alright, ahead of us you're going to see a shift in the colors, everybody. We're coming up on the Troll Shaws, which again is like one of my most favorite zones in this game. Redneck says, not to get off topic, we heard you mention SWTOR. Do you play often or hop in once in a while? It's about the same as Lord of the Rings Online. I'll drop in about once every 18 months and play for about 3 months to catch up on all the content that I haven't seen, the most recent content. Usually it's about a 3-month journey for me to get through whatever's happened in the last 18 months. I played last year for 3 months at the beginning of the year, so I'm not due for another Star Wars: The Old Republic fix for a while. But I have updated some of the guides this year, so I have hopped on a couple of times. But no, it's not something I don't even think I have it installed right now on the new laptop. Here's the last bridge. We've entered into the Troll Shaws. I'm gonna grab this Stable Master.
Greetings to you.
We're gonna hold here for 1 second because I do not remember exactly where the trolls are, and I want to show this off while we're here. Since we're making a journey. I play No Man's Sky Sunday mornings at 5 a.m. Central. Stone Troll's Glade. This is what I'm looking for. Okay, so it's just north of that dip. Do you want to come on stream, Frodo? Yeah, you're rolling around on there and talking to me from the distance. So I'll tell you what, we're going to put you on stream so you can earn your money. This is Frodo. This is my wife's cat. Those of you who tune in regularly, you know who he is. Alright, we are looking for... We're going to go a little bit down the road here. I also will play No Man's Sky a little bit in between games, but I don't have a lot of time in between games right now. We did have some time earlier last week where I played for like 3 days in a row during the week, but that doesn't happen very often. No Man's Sky traditionally is only on the Sunday mornings. Right now the main game is Starfield. We're doing our second playthrough. We're doing a big outpost build right now, and currently we're prepping for Shattered Space, which launches on the 30th. Then that becomes the main game. And we're rolling from that straight into Diablo 4's DLC, and then from there into the New World Eternum launch, and then from there we're diving into Black Ops 6, the campaign, and then from there we're going into Dragon Age the Veilguard, which is going to be our big game for November. And then theoretically, if I have time in November, we're also going to go do Assassin's Creed Shadows and Stalker 2. But the main thing for November is going to be Dragon Age the Veilguard. I have a feeling that's going to be a 100-hour playthrough, a lot like Baldur's Gate 3 was. So, yeah, we've got our jam-packed next few months lined up, everybody. Indiana Jones, The Great Circle in December.
How can I be of
And then
service?
Greedfall 2 is going into early access tomorrow. I'm not going to start it tomorrow, but I think we're going to fill in a slot in December. We might do that. Greedfall 2, and then Path of Exile 2 also has an early access. So we're gonna look a couple of those in like December and January once we get down to Indiana Jones and the Great Circle. And then next year we've got Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 and Avowed in February, and we've got Tales of the Shire in March along with Adamfall. That's as far out as I'm scheduled right now. About 6 months. Yep, I am busy, Pixel. This is my day job. We stream twice a day, 9 a.m. Mountain and about 4 p.m. Mountain every single day. About 3 to 4 hours each stream. Multi-streaming on YouTube and Twitch, so hopefully we'll see you both places. The day-to-day is over on YouTube, so all of the in-between stream stuff like game guides, reaction videos, movie reviews, stuff like that happens over on YouTube, so hopefully we'll see everybody in both places. And then there's a Patreon if you want to follow along my work as a sci-fi and fantasy author. There's a Discord. I have a Homestead channel. I do ranch stuff with my brother. Big cattle ranch in southeast Missouri. We are busy, busy people. Now somewhere up in here, and it's been a while since I've been here, so I'm going to try to find it for everybody on our way to Rivendell. There's a special location for those who have read The Hobbit and The Lord of the Rings, or who have seen The Hobbit and Lord of the Rings films. I can't remember if it's down or up. I think it's down. It has been a long time since I've been through here. About 2.5, 3 years probably. Because whenever I did my Lore Master, which I think was about 3 years ago. These are all purple mobs. I'm going to get my ass handed to me on the way to Rivendell. If I get knocked off, I'm toast. Something's chasing me. There they are. There they are. I found it. It was down. Here is a very special place, everybody. The Stone Troll's Glade. This is a perfect little example of why this game is so freaking awesome. Look at that shit right there. And tell me that that doesn't inspire you to go want to read The Hobbit or watch the films again or to log into LOTRO and see it for yourself. Stone Troll's Glade, everybody. Love this place. These are the trolls that Bilbo Baggins talks about, exactly. Now I gotta try to get out of here and not get killed. And get back to the road. And it's still gonna be a dangerous journey from here, because the trek to Rivendell is not meant for level 30s. I'm not even level 30, I'm level 16. Oh my god, this is all like level 40 content, I think. 32 or something. 35. If I get hit once, I'm probably toast. Run! But hey, Bilbo Baggins needed to talk to me. Excuse me, Frodo Baggins needed to talk to me in Rivendell, so we gotta go. It's Hobbit Day, man. It's Baggins' birthday. Alright, we're almost to the road. Thanks, Redneck. Appreciate that comment. So over on Twitch said, streamers like you don't get nearly appreciated enough. Just wanted to say you're doing a fantastic job with the videos and streams you put out and talking with the community you've built. I always look forward to your work. Thank you, sir. No, thank you for tuning in. I only get to do this as a day job because people watch and come and hang out in the live streams and watch the videos on YouTube and support. We had a bunch of memberships going up. Resubscriptions, I should say, over on Twitch earlier. We've got memberships on YouTube. Thanks to everybody following along. I'm almost... February will be my third year anniversary of doing this for a job. So it's been slow road. We were talking about it earlier today. Bubbalonia was saying earlier that like the last year has been really good. Like we've more than doubled our numbers this year. February of 2022 we had 700 followers and we're closing in on 37,000. We'll probably be at least 40 by the time we get to the 3-year mark. on YouTube. I don't know about Twitch. Twitch is still growing because we just started doing Twitch in October when they started allowing us to multi-stream. So YouTube is definitely way bigger, but pretty sure we'll be at 40,000 on YouTube by the 3-year anniversary. And then I ran right past a mount I need to go get because I'm stroking my ego. I think we're about to cross 1,500 on Twitch. This is a great place to come harvesting, by the way. Wood and ore. And hides. It's good for all 3 of those. It's a great circuit up here outside of Thorinhad. But it's like 35 to 40. You got to get leveled up a bit. And I totally bypassed. By the way, you're going to see 2 characters here. Those of you who have read the books will know who these 2 characters are. Those of you who have only ever seen the movies will not know who they are because they're not in the films. But a couple of special characters up here in Thorinhad. And we're almost to the Fords, which is an important place in film and book versions. We'll get there in a minute. One of these days we might have to go down into the Goblin City and go check out Gollum's cave. That's a trek, man. That's a even on a high level character, that's a trek to get down there. Belloc says it's a hobbits. Tis a river hobbits indeed. Oh, by the way, I was supposed to get sidetracked. So there's 2 characters over here. If you've read the books, you know who these 2 guys are, right? If you've only ever seen Peter Jackson's films, you're forgiven if you don't know who they are, but they are very important characters. Elladan and Elrohir. I would urge you to look them up if you don't know who they are. Alright, we're back to the road and we're going to head to the Ford. On our tour to Rivendell. Hang on, guys. I just heard something. I gotta make sure it's not a cat doing something they're not supposed to do. Or if it's Chris coming home. It was Chris. She was coming home and from the grocery store. That was quick. Oh, you went and... Okay, yeah, okay. No hay tráfico ahorita. Oye, va a llover esta noche, entonces asegúrate que Mary está dentro de la casa, no deja suelta. Oh, I should share my mug that you got me because it's Lord of the Rings specific coffee mug that you got me today. I'll go grab that. Alright, so this will be funny to those of you who are Lord of the Rings fans. I got scared, like Chris scared the hell out of me when she came in the office. We were streaming earlier, I was playing Frostpunk 2, we were doing the first impressions video, and suddenly she sneaks in the office and thrusts this styrofoam box in my face, and I was like, oh my god, I got a jump scare on the stream. And then we pull this out. This is the coffee cup she got me. Lord of the Cats, the furlough-ship of the ring. I thought this was cute, too cute not to show off during the Lord of the Rings stream. So we're going to be using this for coffee very soon. It hasn't gotten washed yet. So we have a lot of cats around here. For those who are new, we have 8 cats. So half of them are named after Lord of the Rings characters. Like we have Merry, Pippin, Frodo, Smeagol. And then I have Luke and Leia. And then we have Dora the mom and Snow White, who's the adopted rescue cat. Yeah, technically they're all rescue cats, sort of. All right, I'm looking around for the controller, and I'm not even playing with the controller. All right, where am I? We need to head south. I have a bomber. Well, Envy, yeah, she's not. Yeah, Chris went to the vet this morning. We had a bit of a. So this morning, that's Pippin. Pippin is the one who's got the. She's had a rough year. She's on the bed right now. She took a pill today. So she's having. She had surgery a few months ago, and the stitching on the inside did not absorb. It has been expelling through her body, and so it's been causing abscesses as it comes out when it happens. This is the third time it's happened since the surgery. She had a 2-month run where she was fine, and then, and then the one that happened 2 months ago, she expelled like an 1/8-inch size piece of debris, like a rock or something, that the vet must have missed when he closed her up. So she's having another round of things coming out. We noticed this morning when we were washing her that the three little flecks. Yesterday morning, we pulled debris out of one of the abscesses, and we were like, okay, so it's what we thought. Pulled some debris out. This morning, she was washing. I was letting her look at it to see if she can't get out. She got some more of the little pieces we were able to get out. She opened one of them up. And then we noticed back in the original surgery spot, she had like an 1/8-inch abscess. So something down there was coming out too, so we noticed a new one. So we went and talked to the vet today, and he gave us some anti-inflammatories and anti-pain meds, and just we're doing what we're supposed to do. There's no infection, so we're not doing antibiotics at the moment. It's just keep the wounds clean, check them as they come. The vet confirmed it's just bits and pieces of the old, it's debris from the surgery and old stitching that's getting expelled as opposed to absorbing, which sucks for the cat. She's not very happy today. She's doped up on an anti-inflammatory. But she's fine. There's no infection. Here's the Ford of Bruinen, everybody. Whether you've read the books or seen the films, you know this location. This is where Frodo and the 9 Nazgul in pursuit meet up with a certain character. Now, depending on which version you know, there might have been a different character at the Ford. But this is where the 9 get captured, and there's the giant flood. And there's a really cool quest line in the book quest of this game where you get to go hunt down and look for proof of the Nazgul's demise. And you actually get to face off against some of the Nazgul. It's a hell of a lot of fun. Belloc says 8. I have 1 dog and 1 cat, but I guess with 5 kids, technically I have 7 animals. 3 of the 5 are grown, other 2 almost. They're almost out. Yeah, we have too many cats. It was not part of the plan when we moved here, but such is life. And I am now Lord of the Cats, apparently. For those who like animals, we do a catio stream every morning on the Homestead channel, 4 a.m. I share the link over in Discord, so if you're into that kind of stuff, you can come hang out with the cats and the chickens at 4 a.m. every morning. Did they add it looks like they added a mount up here. I don't remember there being a mount here. It's been a few years since I've played. Oh, yeah, I do. I did play these quests last time. Never mind. I remember. That was a while back. Alright, you're coming up from the high moor to get to Rivendell. But yeah, between the cats and the chickens, we're always busy. I am. Chris is like, I want a dog. It's like, I'd love to have a dog. I don't know that I want a dog on top of everything that's going on right now. Do all of our cats get along? The bulk of them do because they're all from the same mother. However, we did rescue a cat called Snow White, who the female cats tolerate most of them. Pippin hates her. Uh-oh, I got knocked off. Run away, don't stop. Smeagol and Frodo hate her. She's been here for a year, and they still beat the shit out of her if they get a chance. So we have to be very careful about making sure that they're not out in the catio at the same time. And then Lucas is a big baby. It just hides under the bed all day, so she doesn't have any problems with Lucas. She plays with Leia. She plays with Dora. Her and Mary do not get along that well. They'll play together sometimes, but usually they don't like each other. And Pippin really hates her. So, I mean, most of them get along. Like the 7 get along very well because they're all from the same mom. They are 2 different litters, but they're from the same mother. Luke and Leia are a pair, and then the others. But Snow White was an adopted one, and the male cats, no. Don't like her. Well, I'm going to go ahead and log out really quick, everybody, because it seems like we might have that combat music bug. And I do want to trigger the Rivendell music when we get here. So I just want to make sure that we're getting this. Liam's here, says back to Middle-earth. We are back to Middle-earth. By the way, everybody, this is the perfect time for me to drop a link for Liam. I just finished Liam's debut novella tonight. Right before the stream, actually, I finished it. It's out. It's already, the pre-order is available for Kindle. I believe the paperback and hardback are coming available tomorrow, Liam. If that, correct me if I'm wrong on that. I'm grabbing the link. Hang on, guys. I wonder if this will. It's a pretty long link. I wonder if it'll let me do it. In hang on, I might be able to just do it this way. The paperback's out tomorrow with the ebook. Okay. All right, hang on. I got the link. We're gonna drop this in the chat for anybody who wants to go read a fun little fantasy novella. Liam has this coming out tomorrow. There's a link up in... Did it not share the link? There it goes. It took a second. There's a link on YouTube and Twitch for those of you who might be interested who like to read stuff. I'll have a review out tomorrow at some point. We'll talk about it again tomorrow morning a little bit during the morning stream. You're welcome, Liam. Liam has been working hard at becoming a working author, working writer. He's been hustling his ass off the last couple of years, submitting stuff to all sorts of places, getting published in lots of different small publications, working his way up the food chain. I believe he has a piece of fan fiction up for us over at the Patreon page for the last project that I worked on, the Weave in the Void project. That link would take me a lot of time to go dig up, so that one's not happening while we're live, because I don't remember where that post is. That was a while ago. It was probably a year and a half ago. Anyway, folks, go check the link out. Feel free if you like reading fantasy stuff. Support an indie author. Liam has given me a ton of support over the years, all the way back to 2014 when him and his brother bought t-shirts to our MMORPG that we were building. So I'm only more than happy to throw it back out now that I finally can. Ha ha! Alright. I think we have the music now for Rivendell, which is what I was looking for. Sometimes the combat music can be a little buggy. Alright, but we are about to come upon Rivendell, everyone. Feast your eyes upon him, Lathers. And enjoy. And we're going to go meet Frodo to work on this quest for Hobbit Day. Alright, we're getting some glimpses of the of the valley down here with the waterfalls, the surrounding mountains, and there in the far north we've got Misty Mountains, northeast-ish. Let's make our way down. We'll get a better view of the last homely house here as we come around the corner. Now entering Rivendell. There's the music. And there's the last homely house, where we're going to find some very important characters to both film and book versions of The Lord of the Rings. Look at that view, everybody. Here, let's stop for a minute. I need a better place that's not covered by trees. What I wouldn't give for a photo mode, but we can still turn name tags off. Get some pretty epic screenshots and try not to fall off the cliff, which I have done on more than one occasion, trying to get really badass screenshots in Rivendell. The cliffs are dangerous, kids. Yes, it's a 17-year-old game. It still looks pretty damn good for a 17-year-old game. Obviously, it does look a little dated in some areas, but especially the newer stuff, they've done a really good job. I've been really enjoying the River Hobbit, Swanfleet, and Cordelin zones. Those have been great. The music is awesome. It's a much longer series than I thought it was going to be. I thought it was going to be done in like 10 or 15 hours, and I'm way beyond that. That's what we're normally doing on Monday nights, as we're going through the River Hobbit starting area, which is what they added last year with the Umbar expansion. They added River Hobbits, which is what this character is, and Mariners, which are a brand new class. The Bridge of Rivendell, everybody. Liam says, sorry, changing a diaper. It's nice to have something physical with just my name on it. It is a nice feeling. It's even cooler when you start to see it show up on other people's bookshelves. Not gonna lie. There's nothing wrong with stroking the inner ego as an artist from time to time. It's that scene from why am I blanking on the island movie with Tom Hanks? I have made fire! You know, it's like that. It's like you can point to your book and like, I have made book! Castaway, that's the name I'm thinking about. Yeah, when you have your own book on your shelf, or you see your book on someone else's shelf, it's definitely an ego moment. It's like, welcome to the last homely house, everybody. Thus concludes the part of the stream that is dedicated to the episode of the journey from Bree to Rivendell. Now, we're going to be continuing the stream, obviously, but if you're watching this in video format over on YouTube later, this is why you tune in, so you can come see this kind of stuff live. And that took us roughly 40 minutes. Roughly. Obviously, I stopped and talked a couple of times along the way, so that's probably closer to a 30-minute journey if you do it the old-fashioned way on a horse. And bear in mind, I do have a horse that has the run speed, so I have 78% run speed. New players aren't going to have that. I think you're limited. Is it 32 or is it 64? I don't remember what the base speed is for new free-to-play players. It would definitely be slower, but I would say calculate 30 to 45 minutes to go from Bree to Rivendell. If it's your first time, give yourself an hour. For sure. And for everybody else, we're continuing onwards because we have a quest here to celebrate Hobbit Day. To meet up with Frodo Baggins. To prepare a gift for Bilbo. I haven't seen Castaway in ages either. Wilson! Dr. Nickter says boo. Boo-hoo! I think we go to Bilbo's room, if I'm not mistaken, because I think he's in here with the other hobbits and Gandalf. Unless they've changed it to a different instance. Nope. Merry and Pip should have... Yep, here they are. Frodo Baggins. Gandalf. No one can see all the roads that lie before us. Look at the maps on this table. Love it. Alright, Mr. Frodo, what you got?
Is there something I can do for you?
Are you here to assist with my birthday surprise for Uncle Bilbo?
Might I have a word with you?
I'm glad you're here. I'm in need of an adventurer such as yourself to help with a birthday surprise for my Uncle Bilbo. When Bilbo decided to resettle in Rivendell, he did it in typical fashion, as you might have heard, with a bang and a flash, disappearing right during his own birthday party. Well, in that moment, he became instantly a subject of many a tall tale and increasingly exaggerated legend. I know he'd be amused to no end to hear these stories, but I can't go to collect them myself. The next time you're in the Shire, could you do this for me? Were I you, I'd start with the Gaffer. He hears most everything worth hearing, and will surely know who you talk to in order to obtain the very best tales. Well, it looks like we are now heading back to Delving and the Shire. Probably need to grab the stable master as well. Not just the one here. I don't think I can fast travel back here until I'm level 40, but I'm pretty sure we can travel from here to Delving. I think. 'Tis been a hot minute since I was in Rivendell. Do 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 do. This is one of those zones that I could probably walk blindfold if I needed to. I have come here so many times with so many different characters over the years. Alright.
How can I be of service?
We got
Meg of Annan.
2 different stable masters now.
Meg of Annan. Meg of Annan. Greetings to you.
Huh. Checking something here real quick. Oh, this goes to like Pelargir, Mossward. See, that's where I was just at. That's where my Hearthstone is. Not my Hearthstone. Jesus, I've been playing a lot of World of Warcraft. My bind point, milestone, is what it's called here. Oh no, I'm in Herne. It says. Oh, okay. Well, I can swift travel to Herne as well if I wanted to. That leads the question, should I bind here? Because I'm not sure I'm going to be able to fast travel back here from the Shire to complete this quest. I'm pretty sure fast travel to Rivendell is locked to level 40. If I can fast travel to Herne from here... This is the legendary server, Belloc.
Hail, friend, and well met.
Megovanen.
Yeah, this doesn't get me to Delving, but I can go to Oscaroth. Oh no, there's Bree. I can go from Bree. Screw it. Here we go. We'll cross this bridge if we have to when we have to come back. Although I might be able to duck into the homesteads and take a horse from the homestead to Rivendell. I can't remember if you can do that from the housing district or not. Again, it's been a while since I've played. Okay.
What can I do for you?
Delving. see what connection in the connection bubble? I've never paid attention. Can you really? I don't even remember what's the, never paid attention to that. Learn something new, even after all these years. Oh, that's right. There is a mountain map, isn't there, that shows you, like, the Stable Masters or something? Yeah, the Stable Masters map. I forgot about that. You're right. This thing does exist. I forgot all about this. This shows the connecting Stable Masters. I'll be damned. I had forgotten all about the Stable Masters map. Very cool. I know I can travel to Rivendell. What I don't know is if I can fast travel back there at until level 40 or not. We're gonna find out in a bit. Right now we gotta go to Bywater. Talk to Gaffer Gamgee. Hang on, it says Bywater. Oh, it says in Hobbit and Bywater. Never mind. So we're going to the party tree, it looks like. I think I can turn the music up a little bit. It can be a little loud in certain areas, but I like the music here. Now entering Tukland. Big old sunflowers on the hill. I think this is where we turn off, isn't it? Yeah. Off at the distance, we're going to see the party tree here in a minute as it comes into view. Way up there on the hill. Bag End. You can see the festival buildings up at the top there. The fireworks might be a little loud as we get over here, guys. Just a heads up. Gaffer Gamgee. Baggins' birthday, Frodo's request.
Is there something I can do for you?
Why, hello. Frodo sent you to talk to me then. What's that young fry up to now?
Don't walk off. I need to speak with you.
So you're here to collect stories about Bilbo Baggins, are you? Heard that I would know who to talk to. Naturally, you're correct. Give me a moment and I'll write you down a list of likely hobbits to speak to, but mind you, you'll need to catch them at just the right time. If they don't seem to have a story for you, you'll want to check back on them in a while. And if you want to hear every story, you'll need to have some perseverance. Oh wow, so some of these don't... I've never done this quest before, so...
What do you
Read
need?
the gaffer's note. Mind you, remember what I told you. Not everyone's going to have time to talk to you at once. If a hobbit doesn't have a story for you when you want to talk, check back with them later. So we got Ted Sandyman, Sheriff Robin Smallborough, Dudo Chubb, Lobelia Saxville Baggins, the Storyteller, Hal Hornblower. Oh my goodness, this is a big quest. We might not be doing this in one single evening, everybody. We'll see. We're going to make a valiant effort. If these are all on different timers, we might be able to do it if we have to wait for different times for them to spawn. Lotho Saxville Baggins, Hobbit Child, Hereward Loamsdown, and Holly Hornblower, also the Postman Grub. So,
Is there something I can do for you?
The note makes sense then. Were you, I'd probably start by talking to Ted Sandyman. Just follow the road out to the east and turn south. He's just south of the Bywater Bridge. I know Ted's got time now, so he'll be happy to share his story. Just remember that not every Hobbit on that list will have a story to share when you please. Just check back on them from time to time. Yeah, they're all in Hobbiton, but my concern would be whether or not I can catch them all at the right time to get them to have a story for me. If we get extremely lucky, it sounds like we could probably do this in one go. Looks like we're going to be spending some time. Oh, I like this. Whatever effect they had on their mount. Like they had like glowing, they had leaves. Look at the leaves trailing off their mount. That's a really cool effect. That's a really cool effect. I'm assuming that's a cosmetic item from the store, which would be awesome. Hang on, we got sidetracked. Ted Sandyman. Surely I'll tell you a tale of Bilbo Baggins and the disappearing act he pulled at his birthday party all these years ago. Just lend me your ear for a minute. Is this going to be session play?
Well, the gall of
No.
some folk.
Just a text. Okay. God, I've already done like 4.5 hours of streaming today. I'm having to read a lot of dialogue. We'll see. I might end up needing to paraphrase at some point, folks. For now, what I heard is that Bilbo had just about had it on his birthday, so many people, all of them bickering and squawking and trying to sneak into Baggin and look for treasure. Anyone would grow weary and want to be done with it. Bilbo was always an unconventional hobbit, so what I heard tell is that he decided to give everyone a good scare and sneak away. Went off to enjoy himself where all his family wasn't. Went round all the taverns and inns trying their brew. Now, for what I hear tell, no one's quite sure what really happened after that. But my brother's son's friend's cousin works down at the Green Dragon. I was swear they shipped off like a barrel that was heavier than the others. Oh, excuse me, they shipped off a barrel that was heavier than the others the next day, and then it rolled funny like something was in it. Didn't think to question it until after the fact. My guess is Bilbo enjoyed himself a bit too much, found himself in a cozy barrel, and got shipped off. Goodness only knows where he is now. But I wonder what interesting brews he's gotten to try in far-flung lands. Alright. There's a lot of stories to listen to, everybody, and little time to hear them. Here's Dudo Chubb.
Hello there. Might I speak with you a moment?
I happen to know the truth of the matter, that odd disappearing trick he pulled years ago at his party.
A lovely day, isn't it?
When he was off on his adventures, he met up with a pile of dwarves. Yes, dwarves. Anyone who knows anything knows that some of them dwarves got mighty peculiar after losing their home in the mountains all that long years ago. Since then, stories say, some of them have been known to be a Roman band doing nearly anything to squeak by. And that would breed loose morals, if you ask me. Assuming they ever had any to start with. Can't be ever sure with people not of the Shire. No, you cannot. Puritan hobbits. I heard that one of these dwarves helped Bilbo dig a complex of tunnels under Bag End. Goodness knows what he's been up to since, but you could bet it's something no respectable hobbit would be caught doing. Ooh. Hang on. That's a different quest. Baggins' birthday.
Could I take a moment of your time? Is there something I can do for you?
I'll have you know that I have it on excellent authority that on his travels Bilbo met a massive whopping bear. Yes, a proper large bear, not like the little ones den around these parts. And what did he do? Oh, don't be silly. The bear didn't eat him in one gulp. Imagine the indigestion with all those brass buttons. No, Bilbo might not be a proper hobbit, but he's a hobbit still, and that means he was carrying a number of delicious things, the likes of which that bear had never smelled or tasted before. And with those, clever Bobbit tamed the bear. Clever Bilbo tamed the bear. Radagast the Brown, you've heard of him, yeah? Keeper of animals, they say, and proper wizard in his own right. Well, Radagast heard about Bilbo and the bear, and he was so impressed that he trained old Bilbo to be a lore master. Now he rides around in his great bear, accompanying Radagast all over the lands. Oh, the legends of Bilbo grow taller every moment we hear one. Postmaster Grub.
Please, stay a moment. What do you need?
He got kidnapped or is flying his own dragons or leading a fighting tribe of spiders. The gullibility as hobbits is sometimes not to believe. They'll latch on to any story they hear, and the more exotic the better. I'll tell you the real truth. Bilbo's always had a terrible fondness for elves, downright unsettling if you ask me, but he was never one to hold with convention. Anyway, he decided to spend the rest of his days with them, invited by the elvish leaders. Oh, so this is the only one who actually suspects the truth. He's going to spend his declining years living with the elves and enjoying their hospitality, all while writing memoirs in the form of one-act play, like, where there's smog, there's fire. I hear that the Buckland benefited the benevolent Bucket Brigade Brotherhood for the Bruised and Burned has exclusive rights for the opening. Dude, this is another reason why Lord of the Rings Online deserves so much praise for the types of writing they have. So, this part of the dialogue here, he's writing his memoirs in the form of a one-act play called Where There's Smog, There's Fire. And then there's this troupe that might want the exclusive acts, or has the exclusive rights to the act, called the Buckland Benefit of the Benevolent Bucket Brigade Brotherhood of the Bruised and Broken. Craziness. Oh, you're a bounder.
Good day. Might I have a word with you?
Liam says, what a tall tale for such a short person. How big is the game world, asks Nini. I've only watched the Peter Jackson movies. It's a great question. And I do have a video that I'm going to go point everybody to, which will answer that in greater detail. The short answer I can give you is that the game world is massive. We're going to talk about it for a minute, but I am going to show you, because I just covered this a few weeks back in a video for everybody over on YouTube. We're going to get the link, share the link, and then we're going to talk about it a little bit. So bear with me. I've got a few hundred videos on my LOTRO playlist, so I have to scroll through. It was one of the more recent ones, so... here it is. It's the best thing for new players. I think it's this video, because we talk about the map a little bit. So we got the link. We're going to drop this in chat. This is the most recent version of that discussion. This is out on YouTube and Twitch right now. That link just went into the chat for everybody. Let's open up the map and show you how big the game world is. Liam said, my brother walked across it in 12 hours on a horse, but it took 12 hours to walk across it entirely. It's a massive game, El Nini. So, this is the Shire. This is one big zone. This covers level 1 to 25-ish or so. You can spend a good 50 hours just in this zone doing quests if you want to do all of the quests in the Shire. It's easily 40-50 hours of content just here. This is one zone. There are a lot of zones in this game. From the Shire, we can look at places like the Yonder Shire. Another, arguably probably around 30 hours-ish experience. Breeland. Oh, easily 50 hours of content in Breeland. Fornost in the North Downs. Oh, this is probably 75 hours of content between, especially if you do all of it, between like Trestle Bridge, coming up and doing the quests here at Amon Wraith, then traveling up in here doing the quests in Esseldine, and then down at Melinin and Dan Amlug, and then down into Doldinin and the Runeland. Just the base game is hundreds of hours of gameplay. So here's the easiest way to answer that question, El Nini. Everything you've have you read the books? You said you just watched. You said you've only watched the Peter Jackson movies. Well, this answer will also just talk about the books a little bit too. Everything you see in the movies, you're definitely going to be able to go and see all those locations. Everything that's in the books, you can go see. So we're in one small place, the Shire. This is the map of Eriador, which is a region west of the Misty Mountains. Moria is down in here, next to Eregion. We have Moria itself. Moria is a whole expansion with multiple levels and tiers. It's a whole underground expansion. It takes us several months to get through Moria. Then from Moria we go to the Dimral Dale, and we've got Caras Galadhon and Lothlorien and the Dimral Dale. And then right next to that we've got Mirkwood, right? Which is, again, all of its own things and places. And outside of Eriador, we've got Rohan, we've got Gondor, we have Rovanion, which is the Lonely Mountain, and Smog, and Mirkwood and places. You've got Mordor, Haradreith. This is everything that's from the books, that's written about in the books, you can go and see and explore and do quests in this game. It's a 17-year-old game that's been adding a shitload of content over the years. There is a lot to do. It's a very, very big. It's probably one of the biggest MMORPGs out there in terms of content. The only thing that could rival this would probably be World of Warcraft, Star Wars: The Old Republic. Even Star Wars: The Old Republic, maybe to a lesser degree. EverQuest 1, EverQuest 2. But I would say the closest competition to this would be like World of Warcraft in terms of sheer size and amount of zones and content to complete. Excuse the sniffling, guys. I've got some allergy stuff.
Might I speak with you a moment?
But the link I dropped in chat also explains stuff as well. Alright. What's really fun is what happened after the party. And yes, as Liam said, they keep adding more. Like, every year they add expansions. So like last year they just added... normally what we're playing on Monday nights is the River Hobbit starting areas, which they added last fall with the Umbar expansion. River Hobbits got added as a race, the Mariner got added as a class, and these two new zones called Swanfleet and Cardalon got added. I've been playing there for like the last 4 weeks, like the last month I think. We've been there on Monday nights. Tonight we're doing something special because it's Hobbit Day celebration. We got to go do this quest to celebrate Bilbo's birthday. They say an elf queen's been teaching him how to grow the biggest taters a person could ever hope to see. He'll be back any day to wipe that smug smirk off Farmer Maggot and bring his 60-year winning streak to an end.
How do you do?
The whole party business was an elaborate ruse to set people talking and rumoring and thinking that he's from some far-off land having more adventures. But that was just Bilbo's way of creating a distraction while he crept away to ride and hide in plain sight. Folks say at night you can still sometimes see him, clothed in black, face hidden behind a dark mask with an even darker cape, all flapping and flowing behind him, riding along the roads of the Shire. He's turned vigilante, he has, protecting us all from bandits and goblins and anything else nasty trying to creep into our town. Why, Bilbo's managed to stay out of sight so well due to his hidden hobbit holes all over the Shire. He's like Hobbit Zorro. Built in secret, paid for by his fortune, and he roams between these, never spending too much time in any one spot, always listening, waiting for danger to appear. Well, Bilbo, you have certainly managed to get a whole bunch of rumors spread about you. Oh, I think we have to go into the Ivy Bush Inn. Oh yeah, there's all sorts of people in here.
Hello there. Might I speak with you a moment? A lovely day, isn't it?
Alright, my niece's sister's cousin, well, the lad I was walking with, he says that he saw that wizard Gandalf pop old Mr. Bilbo into a giant sack, just visible through the fog, he said. And Mr. Bilbo squirming and wiggling like anything. Then they just vanished into thin air. Goodness knows what happened to the poor chap after that, but honestly, with the stories folks tell about his adventures and associates and goings-ons, what other end can a hobbit expect, and a sticky one?
Hello there. Might I speak with you a moment? A lovely day, isn't it?
I heard that in the end he ran into some of those big folk who ride horses all the time. What are they called? The Riders of Ronald? Or Riders of Roger? No, tip of my tongue. Rohan, that's it. I hear he's got himself a war pony, and they taught him to be a proper horse master and all. Rider in the company of Theon... Therum? What's it? Theoden, that's the one. That's the chippy. Our Bilbo's right there, riding in the company of big folk, with banners streaming and horses whinnying all across those big old plains of grass tall enough to hide a hobbit. Or so I hear.
Might I speak with you a moment?
Listen to the storyteller's tale, so this one too. Toe beans! Can I bother we licking your legs? Hey, Pippin, you're awake too, Mama. Alright, let's listen to the storyteller's
Hello?
tale. Bilbo was refreshing, he was. Shook us all up some, and that's a good thing, no doubt. We needed rousing some of our usual routines. I heard Bilbo was getting bored, so when Gandalf was setting off for his lovely fireworks, Bilbo grabbed onto one and off he went. Soared off into the skies in a trail of sparks. Alright, this piece of music is really good, and I need a glass of water, so I'll be right back, everybody. Let you listen to some tavern music in Lord of the Rings Online. Just give it a vibe. Just vibe to it for a minute. I'll be right back. I got sidetracked, guys. Chris bought me chocolate pudding, so I had to go have a chocolate pudding. Little single serve. Because you can never be too old for pudding. We've got the child's story too. Is it right here?
Might I speak with you a moment? Is there something I can do for you?
My mom tells me stories about Mr. Bilbo. My favorite are the ones about the Lonely Mountain with the dragon and the treasure. I'd like a dragon, but only a nice one, not a nasty one. It'll come live with me and bring us shiny things to play with, and I'd fly him around in the sky. Dragons are terribly clever, you know, and so mine would only tell me stories and teach me things that only dragons do. You should ask Pete about how his journey with the dragon worked out. Pete the Magic Dragon? The recent redo they did of that like 10 years ago, so it wasn't too bad. Puff, Pete's Dragon, I think is what it's called. There's also Puff the Maggot Dragon. What? Ding-a-ling-a-ling! 17! Where do I want to put my point? I think I would rather take the aggravated bleeds. No, I can hold off on that for now. I'll take the last rank of Swift and Subtle. The one I'm thinking of is Pete's Dragon, isn't it? Like, there was an old Disney version, and then they redid it like a decade ago. Let me think here. Pete's Dragon. Yeah, 1977 and 2016. Yeah. The 1977 one, I remember having a traumatic teeth pulling scene that drove me. It was horrible when I was a kid watching that movie. Because they were pulling the tooth with no anesthetic or anything. It was like medieval town. I don't remember. It's been a long time. Not a medieval town. Anyway, Pete's Dragon, the original, was 1977. And then they did a version in 2016, which was actually quite good. With Bryce Dallas Howard, Carl Urban's in it, Wes Bentley, Robert Redford. It's not a bad movie. Filmed in New Zealand. Howard Shore wrote the soundtrack, so Lord of the Rings fans would probably love that movie. It's got a lot of people that worked on Lord of the Rings. Lucas is outside my door crying right now. He's like, "Dad, why did you come out here and have a snack and not give me any?" It's because it's not his dinner time. Are you awake, Pippin? Hi, Mama. All right. The original one, yeah, I think both of them were, but the original one, yeah, it was a mix of animation and live action, which for its time, for the 1970s, was very impressive. Hang on, I'm answering somebody over on TikTok real quick. Provoked some controversy today with the BioWare video that we launched in the morning, the BioWare discussion video. That's been very interesting to see that unfold today. Are they pudding pops? No, they're just little like individual portion-sized puddings. I have a fondness for chocolate pudding, so crisp. Chocolate pudding is not a big thing where we live, so it's not always something that you can make. Like, you can't just get like Jello chocolate pudding packs or whatever and make it at home, so we have to buy it at the store. So I love chocolate pudding. Chris likes vanilla pudding. Vanilla's not bad, but chocolate, I can eat like a whole... I'm not joking either. Like, in The Walking Dead, when the kid found that can of chocolate pudding, and they hadn't had any food in, like, months, and he just, like, opened it up and started, like, spooning the chocolate pudding, I was like, dude, I could so do that. I could make myself sick on chocolate pudding. Not a problem. Got some allergies coming on because I'm a little stuffy and my nose is like itching like crazy. Uh-oh, Pippin's awake. What's up, Mama? Do you need to go out and go to the bathroom? You want to come say hi to everybody? How you doing, Mama? I gotta keep an eye on her because she might need to go out and go to the bathroom, which means I'll have to take her bandage off and everything. Only one ever talks around here is Bilbo Baggins.
It's been a foul day, it has.
Earlier that day, the day of the party, I'll have you know that I saw Bilbo sampling a good many of Holly Hornblower's pies. I heard that Holly was experimenting with sneaking in ground-up mushrooms pinched from Farmer Maggot's field. They've got some awful queer effects. I'm going to have a sneeze hit me here in a second. I think he ate those pies and disappeared. Alright, well that's her theory.
What do you want?
Lothos Saxville Baggins, grumpy old fart.
Why are you bothering me?
The last I heard is that old Baggins had completely squandered his fortune. He went to the big folk town, one of those big folks towns, and got him the finest fake beard that the remainder of his money could buy. And they went to live with them dwarves. Figured with the beard he could hide and work right alongside him. Alright. Oh no, that might have been a bad decision to jump off that. Oh. I thought I was going to fall to my death. Denon! Welcome to the channel. Thanks for the follow. Return to Gaffer Gamgee.
What do you need?
Alright, I've given you what you need. Off with you then. Time to take these stories to their final recipient. I'm getting a housing item. Oh, I don't have a house to see what that looks like. The Scribe's Book Stand. It's a yard item. A gift from Bilbo Baggins in gratitude for the stories passed along on his birthday. So that's going to be the reward that I get. Hashtag worth it. Now here's the question. Can I get back to Rivendell at level 17 via fast travel? I'm thinking that I probably can. I think it was level 40. We're going to see if they change that. We may have to do that run again, which is fine. Ain't nothing wrong with that. It'll be a little bit easier now because I can do many fast travels in between.
Hello there.
We could do a long trip to Westbury. Let's go to Mickle Delving because I think we can swift from there. Do 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 do. Bow, 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 bow.
A lovely day, isn't it?
All right. Now I can't do. Is it even on this list? All right, let's go to the Shire. No, I can't do it from here. That's fine. Let's go to West Bree. Banana pudding's really good too. Oh, I see. That's something I haven't had in years. Yeah, banana pudding is really good. See, they don't sell that here. At least not in our local. I would probably have to go to the city and find that in one of the big grocery stores. Hey Pippin. Hey mama. Mama. Come here. Give me a minute, guys. Pippin wants to go out, and she just woke up after like a 8-hour nap from her pills this morning. So I need to see if Chris is available. If Chris is not available, I'm gonna have to help her go to the bathroom and stuff, take off her bandage. So I might be a few minutes. So let me see about doing a travel that's not a fast
What
travel.
do you need?
Really quick. And then you guys can enjoy the scenery while I go take care of her. With cinnamon crackers for its base. Now we're talking like... That gets us into conversations around cheesecake, man. If we're gonna talk cinnamon cracker bases, because just, you know.
Greetings.
Yeah, I hear you, sweetie. Forsaken Inn? Yes. I'll be right back. Alright, Pippin is outside with Mommy. Mommy is outside doing chicken coop work. So Pippin is on a chair watching Mom work. She did not want to go to the bathroom, but she was hungry, so she's eating some dinner right now and hanging out outside.
What can I do for you?
And Frodo is still sound asleep. Yep. Just me. Everybody's outside with Chris right now. Out in the backyard. Okay, let's see here. I can go to Osgiliath, and then from Osgiliath, I think we can go to Thornhad, and I think from Thornhad, we can go to Rivendell. I think. It's been a long time. Thank you, Dr. Nick 2. Thanks, Belloc. Appreciate that. I do need to take care of animals from time to time, which takes me away. Just drop a link into YouTube and Twitch. If some of you are so inclined while we're doing all this fast traveling, slow traveling, etc., you can check that video out. It's my reaction to the Tales of the Shire reveal that happened yesterday. It's going to be good. We're slotting that in March 25th. GG Airedale over on Twitch just said, found you on YouTube and your content was helpful. Just started playing a week or so ago and finally caught you live. Loving the game so far. Thank you very much. Welcome aboard. Mango Vanen. Again, apologies for the sniffles and snuffles and throat clearing, guys. I'm having some allergic stuff tonight, so allergy stuff.
Greetings.
Okay. See, this is what I was afraid of. Oh, minimum level 20. Alright, well, we can make that right again. That's not that big of a deal. I was surprised we couldn't even go to the last bridge, though. That's also minimum level 20. Well, it turns out that participating in Bilbo's birthday as a lowly little level 16/17 burglar has proven to be quite the adventure tonight. A lot of running around. I could spend LOTRO coins to get mithril coins to do it that way, but it's all good. Look at that view. That is off towards the angle? I don't think I've been to the angle. That's one of the newer areas added into the game. This is when I was questioning earlier if it wouldn't have been better if I just bound in Rivendell and just fast traveled back, and I ultimately chose not to. I am now regretting that decision because I could have fast traveled from Rivendell back to my questing area. It's all good. It gives people a chance to enjoy the scenery some more. And also marvel at the tech, because this is a 17-year-old game, and they do something that very few MMORPGs do, which is a zoneless game. World of Warcraft has zoneless transitions, as an example. Most games have some form of a zone-based structure, and this game is seamless. If you see it, you can run to it, and that means the entire length of Middle-earth from one side to the other. I think the only thing in this game, the only things that are instanced are a few specific dungeons. So like when you're going from the landscape, as they call it, the outside world, into dungeons and zones. Moria is its own thing, now that I think about it. But when you zone into Moria, it's like you zone in from either side of the landscape, and they've got it basically as its own underground thing. Because once you're in Moria, that's all open and seamless as well, going from one depth to the next. But the transitions on either side of Moria are zone-based, if that makes sense. But otherwise, it's a seamless game. There's also a quest here in the Troll Shaws that you can get down at. I'm gonna make sure I'm at a safe spot in the road before I open my mouth, because I'll end up running into somebody or something, like an animal. I think it's down here at Ekid Candleth, which is this over here, south of Brunnen Gorges, right here. Oh, I guess that's, yeah, right there. I was thinking if you can see that or not. That has a quest that's going to send you to find the tracks of a white hart, a white deer. Only that turns out not to be the case. Nudge, nudge, wink, wink. Spoiler alert. I won't spoil it all. I will spoil it all. It's a really cool interaction with somebody who, like me, has something stuck in their in their throat. There's a really cool moment when you're chasing after that character, and they climb up a cliff wall and turn around and stare back down at you. It's really, it's cool. You can feel the sinisterness. Man, I kind of want to see where that person got their glowy trails now. Like, I don't know what those would be under. This is chaos trying to ride the road like this. Cosmetics. No, that's war steeds though. It's not. Alright, traveling is not the time to look that up. I want to find out where they had because that one person who rode by had like little leaves trailing off after their horse's hoofprints. I was like, that's kind of cool. I wouldn't mind having that, especially if it's something I can get at the account-wide level. But I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's an in-game item or a store item. So we'll see. Might try to look that up tomorrow. God, the music here is so good too. think we're coming up on the fords. Yep, just around the corner. There's the ford. Alright, now becomes the run of our lives, and hope we don't get knocked off because I'm a mere level 17 trying to sneak through a bunch of 35 pluses. And they all want to eat me. Here we go, kids. Up the high moor we go. Ah, big bear. Big bear wants to eat me. Oh no. 3 big bears. Ah! 4 big bears. No. I don't think the moor flies run right at first. Yeah, they do. Never mind, I lied. They totally do. Run! Alright, I think we're gonna be okay. There was a train of bears behind me. How did I get my horse at level 16? Spotty Dogman asks. Well, the new patches and updates they've done along the way, you can get your horse as early as level 1. If you have, like me, all sorts of veteran account or rewards and all sorts of other stuff that you've accumulated over the years. I think for new players, you get a temporary steed at level 1. And then as soon as you, I think it's like level 5 or something, they prompt you now. And you do get some LOTRO points, which you can then use to get the riding skill. Or if you want to do it the traditional way, you can wait until level 20 and go to the, what is it, the Hengston Farms, I think is what they're called, north of Bree, and you can do the old-fashioned race to get your mount. But these days it's all from like level 1 you can have mounts, essentially. And in this case, I have account-wide. I have an account-wide riding perk that I purchased years ago in the LOTRO store, which gives all of my starting characters levels max speed mounts, which is 78%. We have all the veteran. I mean, this is a 17-year-old account, so I have all the veteran rewards and all those perks that come along with it. That was Spotty Dogman asking a question over on YouTube, for those of you who are tuning in to the multi-stream right now and happen to be watching over on Twitch. I can't cross-share the chats, unfortunately, but I do try to answer everybody regardless of where you're chatting. Most people tune into both places, so don't forget to follow along wherever you're watching tonight. Don't forget the day-to-day happens on YouTube, so all the game guides, reviews, reaction videos, discussion videos, and more. As well as like the base building series we're doing for No Man's Sky and Starfield. All that stuff happens over on YouTube. And if you want to get involved with my sci-fi and fantasy work as an author, you can follow along at Patreon or buy my books at the links below over on Amazon. It is never a bad ride to Rivendell, everybody. Good music, good views. Alright. Back into Bilbo's room. I can't get that high with my humming. Not after years of smoking. Oh, I was supposed to speak to Bilbo, not Frodo. And definitely not after like 8 hours of streaming and talking all day. My raspy cracker's not gonna do that one. Bilbo Baggins.
Oh, good day.
What have you brought to me this fine day? Well, this is for your birthday.
Hello there.
Stories from the Shire, and all of them about me? I can't wait to hear them. Please tell me your tales. These were great, by the way. Fun little anecdotes. My favorite was the Bilbo is the black masked Zorro of the Shire. That was my best
Good
tall
day.
tale. Oh dear, oh my. They are even better than I thought. The imagination of hobbits truly knows no bounds. The Lonely Mountain, Holly Hornblower's pies, the Caped Crusader even. Gracious and goodness me. You've made this old hobbit very happy, and brought me belly laughs even such as I have not known for a while. Elves, for all their charm, are a more esoteric form of humor. I've missed the stories hobbits tell. Take this with my thanks. Clearly you have a knack for recording and telling tales. I hope you keep that up during your adventures, as I sense you will have a great many stories to tell. So this is a cosmetic item for housing, and I don't have a house with this character. I probably won't. But that's cool. Scribe's book stand. Nice. RMH Texas over on YouTube says, hey Ren, discovered your channel a few days ago and subbed. Literally just started LOTRO because of your info. Glad to hear that. We're getting a lot of that, which I think is a really good thing. It is an older game, but there is a lot here. It's the only Middle Earth it's the only Middle Earth MMO out there, and it is a good game, if a bit dated. You know, as long as you go into it understanding that and expecting that, you'll be able to see the love and appreciation for Middle Earth that the team has poured into this game over the years. Like locations here instead of the last homely house in Rivendell, the elven statues. You guys want to go talk to Elrond? Is he still in the library, guys, or did they move it? I remember they changed the interior of Rivendell about a year ago, maybe 2 years ago. I think one of the things they changed was the interior of, if I remember correctly. He might still be in the library. Elven statues everywhere. The banners. Is the library upstairs? No, it's the Scholars Guild Hall. No, can't go in here. Oh, there it is. Elrond's library. Someone said he's in the Hall of Fire now. I don't even remember. All I remember is they redid. And I don't remember. Oh, no, he's right here. He's still in the library. He has no quests for me, though, because I'm way too low level. So, there's Elrond. And somewhere up top, I'm not going to remember where. Arwen is up top somewhere, not in the library. But we can also find another really cool book character just outside the last homely house. Let's find the door and get out of here. Do I risk it? Yay! Alright, didn't break my leg going down. Do I need to sell? I'm good. Oh, I do have some Virtue XP that I didn't use. Stuck behind the tree. We're just gonna let you revel in the presence of one of those badass elves to have made it this far, alongside Elrond, Galadriel, Celeborn. You do not fuck with Glorfindel. End of story. There is a reason the 9 were afraid of him. Dude, he is a legend. If you know, you know. Well, I think we have finished up the Hobbit Day Festival quest, which got us that cosmetic item for our home. Which means I think I'm safe to rehaul back to Herne in Cardalon, and then we can ride down to Mossward, I think is where we're working on quest today.
What can I do for you?
Well, here's the question. I gotta remember where those quests were at. Glyn Helyg is where we want to head.
Hello there.
No, I think we have to go to Mossward first. Okay.
How can I be of service?
Glyn Helyg. We'll take the scenic route. So those of you who might be new, this is what the new content looks like. This was a zone that was added last year. Now I can tell the difference between this and where, the stuff we were just visiting, the Shire, Rivendell, that's all stuff that launched when the game went live. So this is content that they built last year. It's the same engine. I can see a difference. I know that it might be, I've seen this long enough that I could look at things and go, this looks much better than the other stuff. It's just a natural evolution of their world building skills within the engine. Better resources, better shaders, better VFX, better ground effects, better tech over the years. I do think the more modern areas look much better. I really think everything since Rohan, even Mirkwood, everything since Mirkwood has looked really well in my opinion. A lot different and better. You love your cat? This is actually my wife's cat, Deep Cosmic. This is, believe it or not, this is Frodo. Smeagol and Merry and Pippin are outside with Chris right now as she does evening chores. I say it's Christina's cats. We have a lot of cats. But this is Frodo has bonded most with my wife. He's a good boy, but he is definitely a mommy's boy. He talks to mommy. He'll talk to me occasionally, but he talks to his mommy all the time. He's a very vocal cat. He's in here chilling in the air conditioning tonight. Pippin just left a few minutes ago. She's outside with mom right now. It's usually either Frodo, Smeagol, or Pippin in the chair. They're the only cats that are allowed into the office. And honestly, I can't leave him alone because he'll go jump on things if you're not careful. So will Pippin. Both of them are pretty naughty if they're in here by themselves. Like if you have to like take a nap or something, you'll wake up and they'll be on top of laptops and stuff. Whereas Smeagol doesn't jump on anything. He's too big and fat, probably. The music in these new starting areas are great too. Alright, we do have some quests around here. I think they might all be, well, some of these are up here for the bridge. Is that a low-level quest or a high-level quest?
Might ye aid me?
Oh, that's that timed quest I ignored. We can probably do that on the way back down. After we finish these quests. This board is rotted and needs replacing. Welcome, Arctic Glitch. Also, Roy Fuller. Welcome to the channel, guys. Well, respectively, the channels, YouTube and Twitch. Oh, it's over here. These are the River Hobbit homes. Some of them, anyway. There's better ones in the actual place where you start off after character creation. Really well done over there.
Excuse me. Have you seen my father?
I've not, but I'm going to take your quest. Those boards are strong and secure. Oop, 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 oop. Almost ran. Double dipping Dr. Nick too? Oh, is there something wrong with the YouTube stream, or are you just changing it up? Oh, there's a discarded wine bottle. I wonder if that's her dad. Yep. You found a discarded wine bottle. Oh, you just changed it up? Alright, cool. I had a moment of panic where I was like, what? Did the YouTube stream go down? So that's going to be a turn in down there. That's probably the turn in all the way at the bottom. There's something up here. I wonder if it's the old man. Uh-huh. Continue searching for Gil. 'Tis indeed. He's drunk over here in the corner. Passed out. What?
Who's there?
Twins? Now, wait now. There's just a lot of you. My daughter sent me. Will you tell her? He pauses, thinking very hard. What was that saying? All right. Shine sent you. It's time for supper? Well, I can't seem to walk. Maybe a sip of water. Give me a fresh sip of water, will you? So he wants wine. Ha ha ha. Fill the wine bottle with fresh water. That's the wine bottle I found earlier. Okay. I found the wine bottle I found earlier. Learn how to speak.
What? You woke me from a great dream.
He takes a long draw of water from the bottle and then several deep breaths. After a few long moments, his eyes clear and he blinks up at you. All right. Very well. I'm getting very well indeed. Just need a little bit more time. Tell Siona that I'll be along shortly. Where was she at? Oh, she was down the other stairs. I don't remember how to get over there. I think it was up and down. Aha! The guitar strumming here is exceptional.
Sobering up, is he?
Now, I wonder if I can take the horse to do this guy's timed quest.
Hello there.
Go like the wind. The water wheel. Nice.
Hello, hello.
You made it down here in less than 2 minutes? Incredible! Devil said it would be impossible. Alright, I'm getting some superior mushroom pies. Some iron coins, a cardinal. I'm gonna need to go check the cardinal vendor wherever he is and figure out what I can possibly buy with these coins that I'm accumulating. It's probably gonna be some like really cool
You
cosmetic
returned.
stuff.
What have you found?
Maybe some jewelry.
You bring good news.
Alright, we need some planks. Go into the wooded area by the water. The trees on the cliffside all have their own names. We don't want to go cutting those down. On this side of the river? Don't see anything on this side of the river. Oh, hang on. Well, hang on. This will take me back in the... I'm not seeing that wood anywhere. Is it gonna be up top or something? Hey Pippin, Mommy brought you back in the room. Oh my goodness, you have dirty feet, Mommy. Just brought you in with really dirty feet. Mommy put her on the bed. She's all sorts of like dirty paws and mud because she was outside. And then she jumped and put her in the chair for a second to clean the bed off, and she started doing this to my chair. This chair is so destroyed anyway. That was Pippin. Somebody was asking about her. You can see she's in good humor and everything else. She's just having problems with more abscesses on her stomach because there's debris coming out from that surgery. At this point, it's all been like, most of it's been pieces of the internal sutures that are just expelling rather than absorbing, and the one little piece of like rock or debris that expelled 2 months ago, that was like an 1/8 inch in diameter thing. The game is still up and running? I don't know. What does it look like? So powers of observation are a little lacking there, I think. Alright, well, I'm not sure where to find this wood at. Cut down trees along the river. I didn't see any trees that I could interact with. Cats pick you, you don't pick them, says Dr. Nick2. Well, in this case, Mama Cat picked us and dropped off 7 kittens is what happened. Because they kind of all came with the homestead when we bought this place. I am not seeing trees to cut down. I may need to go look this quest up to figure out where the trees are. We're definitely in the right area. God, you can't see anything as a hobbit going through the bushes here. None of these trees are interactable, so... Trees can be found along the river below the cliffs. Well, that's those trees. It's gotta be. These are the only cliffs that are here. Pointing me in this direction. Oh, there's one. Found it. Or at least found one. Oh no, I'm getting attacked by a suffering. Well, you, sir, should not have attacked me. Well, that was one tree. I wonder if I can tab target the trees. I don't know if I can. Mantis Toboggan over on YouTube says, Renfail, hey, what's up? Just found your channel this week. Started LOTRO this week as well. Huge Tolkien fan. Have not played WoW since 2005. Kicking myself for not starting earlier. Or no, have played WoW since 2005. Kicking myself for not starting LOTRO earlier. Keep up the awesome content. Well, thank you for the kind words and also welcome. That's like the... I don't know how many people now have said that today. That's been awesome. It's been really good. Every time we stream, there's half a dozen to a dozen people who say that they're playing the game for the first time. I think that's it's always a good thing. It's good to know that I could do my small part in helping promote a really awesome legacy game about Middle-earth. Well, I found that one tree. I haven't seen any other ones yet, though. That's definitely not one. I'm in the area. There's one. I think that's one. No, it's not. Gosh darn it. What's up, Felton? Cozy LOTRO stream? Yeah. We're doing a little bit tonight. Alright, where's that tree at? Aha! So I can tab target them. Okay, maybe this will help find them if I just run around and tab target them. That might help. Well, now that I know this, I can have a little easier time finding them. Oh, oh, there's one right there. What's up, Pippin? Legit Tech over on YouTube says, hope you're having an amazing stream. Came by to show love. Thank you very much. Felton says, I needed this vibe as I continue through Inquisition. Inquisition gets a little dark.
Excellent. You brought back some fine pieces of wood.
No, I do not know where these bandits are. Oh, they're all the way over there. I bet the easiest way is gonna be to ride back to Mossward and then travel overland from there. What's up, Brett? It's going. Another beautiful day in paradise. I went online property hunting tonight. Or this morning, I should say, Brett, from last night. I was doing ranch stuff for my brother, and I came across... I was on their YouTube channel doing some work, and I was getting all this promotion from Chiapas. There's a bunch of cattle ranches in Chiapas, and there's a YouTube channel dedicated to touring all of the dairy farms and cattle farm, beef farms throughout Chiapas and in the surrounding region. Chiapas is like, I think it's the biggest state, or has the most municipalities, the most counties in it, in the whole of Mexico, I think. And they've got all 4 seasons, 4 different temperatures, 4 different places. Oh, we're getting raided over on Twitch. Frostara213 has raided you with the party 4. Welcome, Frostara. Thank you so much for that. For those of you who are coming in for the first time over on Twitch, just like with YouTube, we are multi-streaming in both places. It does take, you have to wait 10 minutes before you can chat. The reason I have that 10-minute limitation there is because I get hit with a lot of spam. A lot of people do spam, and it's not always nice spam. I get a lot of nastiness. So we have a 10-minute limitation on chat. If you stick around and you like what you see, those 10 minutes will go by really quick. But welcome aboard. Thank you so much for the raid. You're locked on to Jalapa right now. It's not a bad place. So I was looking at it's a place called Villa Flores in Chiapas, and it's a tropical highland. It's quite a bit cooler than where we're at. It's about 10 degrees cooler. So today it was like 85. It's being like 80, 85 degrees right now out there. Tropical highlands, beautiful lush green, cows everywhere, horses everywhere. Chris and I went like online doing some property searching this morning. Because last night when I was doing work, I saw those videos and I was like, oh, this is a cool video, this is a cool video, this is a cool video. And I was like, okay, let's go look at property prices. But Jalapa's good too. There's lots of cool places here, man. I came up here for something, I got sidetracked. Oh, we went to the stable master.
How do you do?
Am I moving, says Felton? Not at the moment, no. Chris and I are keeping an eye out for our next property. We're wanting to buy something at a higher elevation that is a little cooler, someplace where we can buy property. We want more property, and we want something that is a cooler climate to build the forever home. But now that we've accumulated a bunch of animals, we've reached like the maximum limit of what we could do in our homestead. We've got what, 8 cats, 30 chickens. I'd like to have a couple goats. She'd like to have a dog. We've talked about getting some cows, 3 or 4 cows, maybe a pig or 2, and a bigger garden. So all of that requires land. So we are currently just saving up, working our way towards that goal, and just looking at stuff from time to time. We're still probably, realistically, we're like probably 3 years away from buying anything, but nothing wrong with looking. We're going to ride this YouTube and Twitch train all the way to retirement. Literally. I mean, this is literally what I'm doing right now, is I'm funding my pension. Like I'm not going to say I'm blessed because I busted my ass to get where I am, but everything's paid for. So just saving up. The objective is to be done by the time I'm 50. Will I keep going? My current plan is that in a perfect world, we're going to have everything, if nothing goes wrong, and everything could go wrong, you never know. But in a perfect world, I think we're planning to have the next place, purchased and everything else within the next 5 years. I'm going to be 45 in January. And I want to be done by the time I'm 50. And I think the idea in my brain is that if YouTube and Twitch and all these things are still around in 5 years, more than likely what I will do at that point is I will probably stop doing it as, of course right now I keep it very progressive. I'm live 6-8 hours a day. I do video production. I'm working 14, 16-hour days. Like, we're grinding, man. We're building the community. It's growing. It'll be my 3rd year anniversary as a full-time content creator and streamer. Is going to be in February. But the idea is that I'll be done by the time I'm 50, and then at that point I just want to focus on my sci-fi and fantasy for the rest of my life. I'm just going to sit back and get back to being an author, which is what I did for 15 years before I got into game dev and streaming and everything. Was just working on sci-fi and fantasy stuff. I mean, I'll probably, if there's an audience still around and those platforms are still here in 5 years, then I'll probably still keep doing this on, like, I'll probably do a stream every day, I could imagine. But the idea of working, 12 to 14 hour days, I'm going to be done with that by the time I don't have to do them now, but I choose to do them now because I ain't trusting nobody for a pension. I'm putting my own shit together. And it's a little different than most people because I waited until it was later in life to start worrying about, you know, buying property and stuff. I spent my 20s and 30s traveling the world and being a full-time digital nomad, so most other people are saddled with a mortgage and school loans and all that other shit in their 20s, and I avoided that like the plague. And ran my construction company, worked hard for 6-8 months out of the year, and then went and traveled for the other 4 to 6 months of the year. And then turned travel into my full-time job for like a decade before I moved into game dev and stuff. So, yeah, I mean, I think my short-term goal is we want a mountain property with land purchased in the next 3 to 5 years. And then after that, Chris is just going to work on painting and farm work. She wants to paint. She wants to do sculpting and pottery and gardening, and she wants to take care of animals. And so we're going to spend our 50s. That is the plan anyway. It could all go tits up tomorrow. You don't know. We have no idea. YouTube might not be here in 6 months. I might not be here in 6 months. You never know. But that's the goal. That's kind of what I'm working on, and I'm going to plug my Patreon here. That's kind of what we're working on Patreon right now is I'm putting together the outline for the next big fantasy series that I'm working on. And I'm just sort of tinkering with outline stuff right now, and then that'll turn into... That's going to be the big project once I get to that point, will be that book series. In the meantime, though, I'm drafting things out. We're working on... There's another sci-fi novel I'm working on. Stuff, you never know. Things happen. Things change. But I would like to think that's all possible. I can also say that, like, my brother has big things going on, excuse me, up in Missouri with their cattle ranch. They did a huge expansion this year, like a multi-million-dollar, big expansion with the federal government and a bunch of other stuff involved. It's a big deal. And if that all goes the way that's theoretically going to go, then Chris and I will start spending, we'll go back to spending half of our time up there and half of our time down here. Because we'll end up putting like a tiny home on their property or a motor home or something. And we talked about building Hobbit holes, my brother and I. You never know. But at the very least, Chris and I's goal is just to get a bigger property built so that we can have more animals and that she can settle down into her dream. And then I just literally I want an east-facing office with a stone fireplace. And I'm going to sit there and just get up in the morning and drink my coffee and watch the sun come up with my cats. And I'm just going to work on fantasy and sci-fi novels and maybe do a stream here and there. I'll keep playing video games, but we'll see. It's good to reminisce. I hear you, honey. What's up? You had food. You want to come over here and say hi to everybody again? Come here. You're a good girl. Yeah, you're a good girl. Come here. Yeah, it's a good girl. You want to go in your box? Sorry, Frodo. Backed into your chair. You want to say hi to everybody? You had your dinner. You want to go in your box? No? No to the box? It's about time to change your bandages, honey. So when Mommy gets out of the shower, that's what we're going to go do. We're going to go change your bandages. Come on. Coming back over here? Alright. You want to go bother your brother? Brett said, I literally just want to eat crispy potatoes and seared meats while enjoying where I live. That's exactly the dream. I had big plans to build an outdoor grill and pizza oven and everything here, and then Chris and I have been less inclined to want to spend a lot of money here because this year it was so hot this summer that even Chris was like, I don't want to be here in the summer anymore. So I don't know that we're going to put that much more money into this place. We're definitely remodeling the office. I think that's going to be the last thing we do. Because I think the plan right now is we're going to remodel the office this fall, and then next spring we're going to buy a vehicle. And then we'll see where everything goes by the end of next year. But I don't think we plan on doing any renovations here next year unless something crops up. You want to go down, honey? You can go down. There's Frostara. Finally made it through the 10-minute chat wait over on Twitch. Thanks so much for the raid, Frostara. I appreciate it. Legendary Hobbits. Hell yeah. Yeah, celebrate Happy Hobbit Day. It's a good time to be a Hobbit, guys. If you haven't checked it out yet, myself and a whole bunch of other people have a bunch of videos out around Tales of the Shire, which was revealed yesterday. We are absolutely going to be playing Tales of the Shire on March 25th when it comes out. So if you love Lord of the Rings, I dropped a link earlier in the chat over on both YouTube and Twitch. So you guys go check out a look to my reaction video from yesterday. But there's like a ton of great stuff. Dawn from TikTok. Dawn had some great, the obscure facts from Middle Earth guy. He was playing the demo on TikTok yesterday. Had like 500 viewers, which is like I think he said it was his biggest stream ever. I'm really happy to see, you know, he's up to like 225,000 followers now on TikTok, which is awesome. And I love his content, so I can't wait to see more people coming out of the woodwork to start playing things like Tales of the Shire. One tip I would give you, Brett, and I don't know if you guys have considered this, I would not worry about moving any of your stuff unless it's stuff that you can't live without. Because you can get everything you would ever need. You're gonna have Amazon, you're gonna have Temu, you're gonna be able to order all the things you would need. You'll be able to find all the stores to go get your electronics and your furniture and your kitchenware and your everything, your refrigerators and your all that stuff. And you'll get warranties, and it's not worth the cost of moving it from the US to Mexico. I will tell you that much. So unless it's something that you can't live without, that's like a keepsake item or like a book collection, don't move it. Sell it. Get rid of it. Or if you're keeping your house, if you're keeping your place up north, then you're good to go. It is a nightmare trying to do logistics on that. But you can do your vehicle, unless you guys get residency, which I'm assuming you'll want to go that route. If you end up getting residency, you will need to register your vehicle here, which means you'll need to do an official importation of that vehicle here, which costs like $1,000, maybe $2,000 or something. But you don't have to do it right away. That's something you don't have to worry about unless once you have like permanent residency. They will say, hey, you're living down here, you're driving a vehicle from the US or Canada, you need to get that imported here, get it registered here, get license plates, have insurance here, all that stuff. Some long-term stuff. Dr. Nick just says maybe it's something I have to do as well. Thankfully, this last move we did from the city to here was the last. I mean, we will be obviously getting another property at some point, but we won't be moving to that property because we're not gonna take anything from this place. It'll all stay here, and then we're just gonna take ourselves, our clothes, and the cats and the chickens to the new place. Because I don't ever want to have to move shit ever again. We'll just fully furnish another place. I'm really hopeful, knock on wood, I'm very hopeful that all of my streaming gear, I'm in a pretty good place right now because everything is relatively new. The Xbox Series X is the only thing that's got a few years on it. PS5 I just got in March, this PC I just got in June. This one's kind of old, this one's 7 years old, my stream box. So we'll see if I can get another, couple years out of the stream box, I'll be very impressed. Because I'm not doing anything with it other than I do video production and streaming on it. Our television is about 7 years old, but it's a Samsung Smart TV. It's not going anywhere anytime soon. So I'm theoretically we're going to be good. I won't have to, knock on wood. Shouldn't have to spend any more money on studio equipment for the next 5 years because everything I've got is good enough to. I think the only upgrade I'd like to do when I get into the new office is I'm going to go to a boom mic with an actual mic on it. I may or may not use my DSLR and use that instead of my webcam, but the webcam is more than good enough for the quality of the streams we run. Like I see like Pirate Software and Co Carnage are talking about, being able to stream in 4K on Twitch, and I'm like, yeah, but like 99% of viewers don't even have the broadband required to watch a 4K stream, so why worry about it? Like 1920 by 1080 is more than enough, so I'm fine for probably the next few years. You can still do VA, Dr. Nick, too. So I have a friend of mine who is a dual Mexican and American citizen. He is a U.S. Marine on a military pension and some disability stuff. I think there are some restrictions on how many days he can only be out so many days, and then he has to go back in. But he goes back to San Diego all the time for VA stuff. So you can still do that. I don't, but again, I don't know how disabled you are. Like I don't know if you have, needs that are, require you to go. Yeah, what matters is your residency. Your residency is what dictates your VA benefits and everything else. So as long as you're meeting your residency requirements for that, you're golden. He literally travels all over South America. He spends most of his time right now in Colombia. He's 56, 55, 56. I met him. This is a funny story. When Chris and I were still living in Cancun, I wrote a guidebook for Cancun, some travel guides. We used to do a lot of stuff in Cancun. We had an Airbnb, a tour agency. And he bought my travel guide to Cancun. And Chris and I, he'd been following my blog for a while. This is years ago. Chris and I are wandering through the mall one day going to watch a movie, and I hear somebody yelling my name, and I'm like, who the hell here knows who I am? And he was like, hey, man, I'm this guy from Facebook. I bought your... I'm like, I know who you are. And he became my smoking buddy, my cigar buddy in Cancun, because he's got a military pension, and he was down there just as a late 40s guy on his military pension, and he was down there for a few months, and he'd go back to San Diego because he's got a daughter up there, and then he would come back for a few months. And he got me into smoking cigars. That was the guy that taught me cigar smoking, because he smokes like 3 to 5 cigars a day and expensive cigars. Like I can't smoke the cigars he smokes every day. But now he graduated into Colombia now, so he's down in Medellin about half the year. I think he does like 3 months, 3 months, 3 months, 3 months, 3 months, 1 month, 3 months, 2 months. He goes back and forth. But that's the reason he goes back to San Diego all the time, is because that's where his VA headquarters and his residency is. So it's totally doable. But you do have to pay attention to the residency requirements, I believe, for veteran benefits. Alright, we got sidetracked. Let's go out here and kill some bandits. Ruffians, it says. Same thing. That's the thing, Brett. Yeah, your wallet will get out of cigars really quick, because it is not cheap. Especially, good cigars are minimum $25-30 a pop. And you start smoking a few of those a day, like that gets expensive real quick. Yeah. That's probably one nice thing about living way out in the woods where I live now, is I don't have a cigar shop near me. Plus, Mexico cracked down really hard on tobacco like 3 years ago. Storefronts have to have their windows completely shuttered. They cannot have any visible sign of tobacco showing to the public. They had to shut down all their social media channels. They are not allowed to show pictures on their websites. And then if you go to like a grocery store, the gas station or whatever, they used to have them right up above the cash register. Can't do that anymore. You got to specifically ask for And then they go down into an area that is not visible to the naked eye, where they will then get you your smokes. Or if you have a cigar shop, you have to go to the front door and knock and be let inside to go buy cigars. And that's because here we have, they have various levels of social health care, and so they don't want those types of things being a drain on the system. Yeah, $1,200 a month is more than, yeah, that's definitely, yeah, that's more than I was spending. Once I got up to about $350 a month, Chris was like, you know, this is getting kind of expensive for the two of us. And I was like, on top of the whiskey, you're spending $500-600 a month. It's like, yeah, we probably better tone it down a little bit. Are you wanting to go out, honey? Probably need to go to the bathroom. Let me finish this up. Yeah, scotch is, that was my thing too. Scotch and cigars, and that starts adding up real quick. What's the matter, honey? I heard you. Can you wait? Probably not. I'm gonna have to go get to a safe spot if you need to go out right now, honey. Felton says, I know I'm a little late with my response, but I love your plans. I can say this as a Ren fan. Don't give up streaming. The community here is mellow, mature, fun. Don't grind like now. Here's one problem I can tell you that I foresee. At some point, I had a long talk with Chris about this today. It is starting to become an impossibility for me to curate my comments as much as I want to, because I'm starting to spend an hour and a half to 2 hours a day right now hiding people from the channel and blocking all the trolls. And that's just on YouTube. I also have to worry about TikTok, but today I think it was about 35 people on TikTok I blocked. And it's all people who are pissed off about the BioWare video I made this morning. But it's like an hour and a half, 2 hours a day of my time right now to block and hide all the trolls off of YouTube. It's gonna get to the point where I just can't keep up with it. Because the bigger I get, the more traffic I get to the videos, the more comments we get on the videos. It will eventually, I'm gonna do my best. And that's gonna be a thing where hopefully the growth goes the way I want and we can get, you know, in a perfect world, I'd love to get to, you know, Thor's size, Co-Carnage's size, be able to hire, you know, a team of moderators who can just police that stuff and keep us where I want us to be. We'll see. Yeah, because I've done this before with other brands and for other companies, and at some point, no matter your best intentions, you will get to a point growing where it becomes bigger than you can realistically take care of on your own. Where the hell is the exit from this place? There's it is. I need to get out of here so that I can recall, because Pippa needs to go to the bathroom. I appreciate that, Brett, but I'm not gonna get any people doing mods until I can afford to hire people to do modding, because I won't work for free, and I sure as shit don't expect anybody else to work for free. These guys will not leave me alone. Come on, guys, I'm just an innocent little hobbit. Go away! Alright, I think it finally dropped. Alright, I've got to go take care of Pippin, guys. This is probably going to be a few minute AFK, because I don't know exactly what she wants, but I think she needs to go to the bathroom, and if that's the case, we're going to take her bandage off and change it and clean her wounds and everything, and that's probably going to take a few minutes. But if I'm not, I'll be back in a couple of minutes. Alright guys, I gotta change some bandages on a kitty cat, so it's gonna be probably about 5 minutes. You might hear some howling. I promise you I'm not hurting her, but she gets very grumpy when we clean her wounds, so I'll be back. Alright, thanks to everybody for their patience. In the middle of that, Frodo decided he was going to try to scratch the back of this chair. They're not... This was not supposed to be a chair that the cats use, but it has become a cat chair regardless, but I have made sure to take care of it. Uh-oh, am I getting logged out because I was AFK? Probably. Hey, no, Frodo! Hang on, guys. I gotta deal with him. Well, he was ready to go out, because when he gets grumpy and if you don't tend to him quickly, he jumps on the green screen, and he's like, oh, I'm going to climb this up the wall. Alright. Okie dokie. Oh, I love the name of the guild. The sea is always right. If you've been watching Rings of Power, you know what that's from. Very cool. Alright, we had a quest somewhere. Why is there a quest over here? I thought I did all these quests. Oh, it disappeared from the... No, it's down here. Ulfrin's Farm. Brett says... Oh, thanks for the offer. Alex says, just found your channel a couple weeks back. Love the content, positive vibes. Also love the LOTRO, the Lord of the Rings trend you have for your cats' names. Yeah. Anthony Parker says, how is LOTRO thinking of trying it? Like there are no good RPGs or MMOs out. Well, you're wrong on that count. I will say that if you want to try Lord of the Rings Online, there's never been a better time to play. As a matter of fact, the video that sparked me deciding to play again this year, we're going to link that. You can go take a look right now. Make your decision based off of that. As far as the second part of your question, or or statement like there are no good RPGs or MMOs out there. Dude, I do this for a living. Believe me, there are hundreds of great games out there to play every single month. Tons of great stuff. Hang on, I'm getting a link. I think this, yeah, this is the one. "2024 is the perfect time to play Lord of the Rings Online as a new player." That was this video. We'll put that in the chat in YouTube and Twitch for anybody who wants to watch that. But Anthony Parker, that should give you an answer about how is Lord of the Rings Online in 2024. Especially if you've never played it. There's a whole bunch of videos in that playlist. You can check that out at your leisure. And as far as good RPGs and MMOs, your best option, of course, is to selfishly promote my channels, because I do this for a living, and I'm a variety content creator and a variety streamer who plays a shitload of games, including RPGs and MMOs. Daily streams on YouTube and Twitch every morning at 9 a.m. Mountain and every afternoon around 4 p.m. Mountain. On Monday nights, we do Lord of the Rings Online. On Wednesdays and Saturdays, we do World of Warcraft with our gaming community. We're starting raiding in October for the War Within. And outside of that is the main stream game, which right now is Starfield, leading up to Shattered Space on the 30th. And next month, we've got the Diablo 4 DLC. We've got New World of Turnum on the 15th. We've got Black Ops 6 at the end of the month. We've got Dragon Age the Veilguard, which is going to be crazy for our month of November. Then we've got Stalker 2, Assassin's Creed Shadows, Indiana Jones and the Great Circle. Holy shit, so many fucking games to play. There's a lot out there. Never been a better time to be a gamer than 2024. Last year was good. This year's better. Next year's shaping up to be even better. We're getting into the peak of the next-gen consoles now, so we're starting to see some really great content coming out on both Xbox and PS5. What do you hear down there, Pippin? But Lord of the Rings Online is a great game. It is older, so as long as you can put up with a slightly older art style and a game that is a lot slower than other things you might play, it's a great game to play. Holy shit, that video I just linked is up to 76,000 views. That's definitely been doing very well for my channel. It still gets pretty good views every day. Just the last 48 hours, it's gotten 1,500 views, it looks like. It's definitely been a standout video of the year for LOTRO. That's the one that made me decide to go ahead and put it back in the rotation, because it went off and did like 35,000 views in the first like 48 hours or 24 hours or something, and I went, oh, shit, I guess we're playing LOTRO in 2024. That was not on the cards. What'd you say, Chris? What'd you say? You getting your phone? Okay. Take any medicine tonight? Yeah. Just asking before I crack open a bottle of wine. We'll do... I don't want anything sweet tonight. Do you want a sweet wine tonight? You want a Moscato or you want Pinot Grigio? Which do you prefer? Sí, pero ¿qué te gusta? Dulce or... Alright, let's vote, guys. Should I open up Pippin's watching me right now. Should I open up the Pinot Grigio? Or should I open up the Moscato? Moscato's sweet. The Pinot is going to be a dry. Chris isn't being very decisive. She's like, whatever you want. Well, I want both. What should I go for, guys? What time is it? It's like 7 o'clock. Let's save the Moscato. That'll be a good breakfast wine for another day. Whenever we finally do the breakfast pizza we've been talking about for a month. Alright, we're gonna open up the Pinot. What? She's giving me the stink eye. Do you want some? Okay, guess I'm drinking alone tonight. It's all good. Well, salute everybody. Pippin, what are you doing? You can't get in the box, honey. That's my wine box. Come on, let me put that back underneath. She's all curious. She's like getting out of her box. Like, what are you doing, Dad? Why are you inside of a cardboard box? Can I get in the cardboard box? Let's play in the cardboard box. You are a precious little girl. You got your bandages changed. You went pee. You went poop. You had dinner. You got a snack. Vitamins, or the pill is tomorrow at like... Yeah, she's feeling... I think that anti-inflammatory pill helped too. Yeah, you're feeling better, Mama. This morning was not a good morning for you. Yeah, we had to do some squeezing and cleaning of some abscesses this morning. She was not in a happy place this morning. Chris and I both about lost an eyeball. And then she just sat in her chair all hunkered up for an hour and a half until we gave her pain meds. You do love a nice port. I have not had port in a long time. You doing biscuits? You doing biscuits, Mama? Aren't you doing biscuits? Should I show everybody your little box? Don't mind the disaster, guys. Our office doubles as a storage room and everything else. So, this is her little box underneath the... This is the laptop where I'm running LOTRO. And this is her little box. This is a little milk crate that has a curtain on it. And either she sleeps in here, or Photo sleeps in here, or Smeagol sleeps in here. And Lucas doesn't go in there. Lucas can't come in here, no. But they sleep, if they're not on the chair behind me, they'll sleep in this box. And if they're not there, they'll be on the bed. But only 3 of them come in here, so. Now I'm wondering when was the last time I had a port. It has been a while. A port? Port is a spiced wine, if I remember correctly. Like con especies. I think the last time I drank port was probably when I was still smoking clove cigarettes, which has been a long time ago. Back when I was in my goth phase. We don't talk about the goth phase. Hulfrin, where are you? How did I miss your quest? Oh, hello, that's a level 22 quest. What are you doing out in the street, stranger? Don't tell me you haven't heard about the evil things roaming about. I might not be a brave man, but something ain't right about those riders. If I can live my life without ever seeing them again, I'll die content. And if you're intent on returning outside, could you look around Hearn for my sheep? The 5 of them got spooked. Increased rep with the Dunedain of Cardalon. I will take that quest, but we're not doing that quest right now. Oh, I know why, because I recalled back to Hearn, which is in Cardalon. That's why I saw that quest. And it's level 22. We got to go back to Mossward. Actually, we have a quest to turn in somewhere. Talk to Cranog. Where the heck was he? Swan? It just says Swanfleet. I don't remember where he's at. Oops. He's in Glyn, Helyg.
Greetings, friend.
Tomorrow's Tuesday? Are you reading the chat? Chris is over there reading chat, guys. Are you reading the chat from the video? Yeah. I'm just curious. I saw you over there with your phone. I was like, that looks like my stream. She's watching the YouTube chat, guys. She can't do both. I was saying you're watching the YouTube chat, but not the Twitch chat.
Greetings, friend.
You didn't sleepy, sweetie. You want to go with mommy to the bed? She wanted to come here, right? Okay. Yes. Were there more beans left over from this morning? Or should I save those for tomorrow morning for breakfast? It's true. I could die tomorrow. Let's try. I could die tomorrow. I should go have another bowl of beans. Or Chris said, or I could take care of you tonight. India right now. Gotta love the subtle threats from your loved one. Somebody just waved at you. Dr. Nick too, I think, Chris. You can chat, although it's a pain in the ass to type on your phone. She says hi back. She's literally eating some, what are you eating? Cup noodles, ramen. Shrimp cup noodles. Oh, is this the guy that was down at the... Oh, it was too late. Yeah, we'll go tomorrow morning. I don't have to run tomorrow morning, so I can go with you tomorrow morning, Chris. Unless I start my stream early. What time do they open? Like 7? If she opens at 7, we could go in the morning, because I could do that for my exercise tomorrow. Oh, yeah, we can't leave Pippin by herself. Okay, never mind. Yeah, that's right, we can't leave her alone right now. I have played The Last of Us. I played the first one twice, and I played the second one once, and I have it in my mind to do a second playthrough of The Last of Us 2 next year at some point, because I have a PS5 now, and when I first played The Last of Us 2, I did it on the PS4. But now that I have the PS5, I could do the PS5 version, which is better graphics and everything else. So that might happen next year, the second game. I don't think I would ever replay the first one because I've already done 2 full playthroughs of the first game, but I would love to do a second playthrough of Last of Us 2. I'm not one of those people who dislike the game. I thought the storyline was fucking awesome. Like, it was so dark, and just I really liked all the places that Last of Us 2 took us, and I cannot wait for the second and third seasons of the show. I've seen some snippets that they've been sharing out, and oh my god, it looks good. It looks really, really good. Apparently I've already found my way up top, buddy. So I think I did this in reverse because I went up top before I talked to this guy. Yeah, The Last of Us 2 was great, Z-Meat. There was a lot of people who were like, it's because of the... There were reasons some people got triggered by that game because of getting attached to characters and don't get attached to characters. If you've learned anything from George R.R. Martin or Neil Druckmann over the years, don't get attached. Don't get attached. The marker points to a new location. Aha! That one's pointing me up the left. Third one is over here. Glyn for million.
Just a moment.
Larry sent you. Judging by your face, I'd say you're disappointed. This is indeed Glyn Helyg. I know it's not a floating village. I'm gonna have to give Larry what for. I love how they spelled Larry. That's great. L-E-R-I for Larry. Ever since they left to go on their adventures, they've been spreading all kinds of fantastical rumors about this place, telling all manner of folk that our humble town floats in the sky overlooking the river. You're not the first to appear to me with such despair, but enough about them. Thanks for delivering the parcel. It's quite important to our family.
Could you spare a moment? A strange shadow lingers in the wild.
Ooh, destiny is all, Alex. My good sir. Oh, Chris just did the ooh. That's one of Christina's favorite shows. Uthred, son of Uthred. God, yeah, Last Kingdom was fucking amazing. The whole run was great. We have not watched the film though, Chris. We never did watch the film that came out last year. Or was that this year? The final film they did. We still haven't watched that. But otherwise, we saw all the seasons and loved every minute of it. But yeah, Last of Us, that first season it's right up there with some of HBO's greatest programming. It's definitely... And it's also such a dramatic change from what he did before with the Chernobyl show. Like, it's a trip watching his journey as a storyteller, because he went from doing comedies to then doing Chernobyl to then doing Last of Us. And it's like, talk about a career. It's kind of like Ridley Scott. If you've ever watched Ridley Scott's career as a filmmaker, he's done everything. He did Thelma and Louise, like comedy. He did, science fiction with Blade Runner. He did horror with the Alien franchise. He did stuff with the Goodyear, with teaming back up with Russell Crowe from The Gladiator. A Goodyear is a phenomenal movie if you've not seen that. Oh, I have no doubt, Alex. That whole crew. The one thing I will say about The Last Kingdom that I really appreciate is the entire crew and cast seemed to really genuinely get along and have a really good time together that whole run, which is, it's pretty amazing to see a cast and crew that will bond together like that. Alex was definitely a badass showrunner, or not showrunner, but lead actor on a show, carrying everybody and making the atmosphere for everyone. Because sometimes you get a lead actor on a set who just gets all arrogant and I'm the lead. Can the Root says the only main quests are the epic quests. If that's so, how do you understand it's not a? How do you understand if it's a side quest? That's an easy question to answer. So, in your quest journal, I zoomed in the wrong place. I don't have any quests. I don't have a book quest at the moment. Gosh darn it, because it was too high level for me to take. Let me log into a different character real quick, and I can better explain this. Hold that thought. But we can easily answer that question, Ken. She's ready for the chair. She's like, I'm in the box. I want your chair, Dad. Just a good girl. All right, so in your quest journal, all right, see you, Dr. Dick 2. In your quest journal, the main storyline is always going to be marked just like this. So you see where it says, all right, you got ads on Twitch. All right, I'll hold off. So one thing about multi-streaming is I have to wait for the ads. I have no idea when they're running. I have to wait for people to tell me because we're multi-streaming on YouTube and Twitch, so I don't get any sort of announcements with YouTube. With Twitch, as long as I'm on the Twitch page, I can actually see when the ad breaks are coming. But I'm not running that in a separate window. I actually just run Streamlabs on the box, on the stream box. So I only see Streamlabs, so I see everybody's chat in one place. But I can't see like when ads are coming. So we'll give him. It looks like it's going to end in about 30 seconds, and I'll get that question answered. You back? You good? All right. All right. Cool. So all of the book quests are clearly marked by this right here. It'll say something like, it'll say epic volume whatever. It might say prologue if you're early in the game. But it will say something along the lines of volume 1, book 1, volume 3, book 3, chapter 12, whatever. It's going to be in a book format. That is the main storyline of the game. That is the epic book quests. Those are the quests that lead you along through the game in the footsteps of the Fellowship of the Ring, working alongside many of the main characters from the books, as well as things they've sort of embellished a little bit to make this a video game. Everything else is broken down into zones and or seasonals and or reputation and or crafting and or whatever. So this character has some crafting quests, he has some housing quests, he has reputation quests. Special would be the some other things. Then there's seasonal. If I were to take this over here, we have the Baggins birthday quest, the Farmer's Fair. These are all event-based quests that are seasonal. Those go into their own category. And then any zone that you're in will have its own breakdown. So like Breland, I have all these Breland quests, which we saw that a minute ago. We saw the Cardolan quests. I had two quests. I had quests for Cardolan and quests for Swanfleet, which are the two zones that I'm doing quests in with my Hobbit. So the main quest is always going to be marked like so. So it's going to be easily discernible. And if you click it open, you'll see what you'll see the name of the quest and everything else. And if you go online, you can actually Google this and you'll find the wiki, and it has like there's I don't know hundreds of quests in that main quest line. Oh, and it spans the course of all the years the game has been out. With the main story, of course, being the Fellowship of the Ring's journey from the Shire to throwing the ring in Mordor, which I want to say, I can't remember when Mordor happened. Like 5 years ago? I want to say around year 12 was when Mordor happened. Something like that, like 5 years ago, 6 years ago was when they did Mordor. So in the years since Mordor, they've been doing a bunch of other stuff from the appendices and stuff. Am I excited for the War of the Rohirrim, says Alex? Yeah, I'm not a huge anime person, but it's the whole team from Peter Jackson's, creatively speaking. Alan came back to do art lead stuff, but it's all the writers and Weta Workshops involved, and yeah, the actual animation team is not Weta, but everybody else from Weta came back. The whole writing team, is there. So I have faith that the War of the Rohirrim is going to be something I'm going to enjoy, even though I'm not personally a huge anime fan. And yes, Hunt for Gollum. Ian McKellen was doing press the other day and leaked that it's going to be 2 films, and he's like trying to get the producers like, come on guys, if we're going to do this, we got to go. I'm 85 years old. Like if I'm going to do Gandalf again, this will be my last run as Gandalf. So we got to do it. It would be cool if Vigo came back, yeah. But I could also see them casting a younger person because Aragorn at that time was a much younger man. So, you know, I think Vigo is probably too old to do it. Gandalf you can get away with because it's Gandalf. He's behind a beard, and he's always appeared as an old man, so you can kind of get away with that. Andy Serkis is an easy in for Gollum because it's mostly mocap and voice acting, so it doesn't matter how old he is. Can the Root says, once upon a time, a lifetime VIP membership was sold. Are you one of those? Nope. Unfortunately, I was traveling full time when the VIPs came out, and I did not take advantage of that because I didn't think that I would be playing this game that much. The way I was playing it at the time was very much when I had free time in between traveling. So it wasn't something at the time that I considered. In retrospect, I wish I would have, because I've spent way more than $250 or whatever it was. I have easily spent in the thousands on this game over the years. If you consider the 2 accounts I have, all the LOTRO stuff, the subscriptions over the years. I don't keep a running subscription, but I'll come in and, you know, spend, a few bucks on either a 3-month or a 6-month subscription. Expansion packs over the years, cosmetics over the years from the LOTRO store, buying extra mithril coins. I've definitely thrown my share of money at this game over the years, and I'm happy to do so. Like, they deserve all the support for keeping it alive over the years. So that will hopefully get you your answer, candidates, on epic book quests. There are a lot of them, and they are big. Like some of the later, especially as you get deeper into like Moria, and everything from Moria and beyond. Well, I guess even later on in the base game, you'll start getting into book quests that have 20 chapters, 15, 20 chapters. I think there might even be some that have more than 20 chapters. Each chapter is a quest, so it might be ride from Rivendell all the way over to Esseldine to talk to a ranger over there. The first time you make that journey, that's like a 3-hour trip. You know? That's probably exaggerating. It's probably not 3 hours, but it is a hot minute. It does take you a bit to get over there. I mean, shit, it took us 30 minutes today to get from Bree to Rivendell, and I have a 78% horse. You know? That was a trek. But the way those lifetime memberships worked is at one point in time, the data, and this is from, me working on and launching an MMORPG in my 10 years as a game dev. The data shows that the lifetime value of the traditional MMORPG customer up until a few years ago was around $250, $275. So when you offered, that's the average. That doesn't consider the whales. I'm a whale. On the long-term MMOs I've played, EverQuest 1, EverQuest 2, Star Wars Republic, Lord of the Rings Online, I am a whale. I'm way beyond the $250 mark. But the average consumer has a lifetime value of $250, meaning that's the most they're ever going to spend on subscriptions, VIPs, expansion packs, etc. So if you could lock someone in with a lifetime membership for $250, the bet that they made was that they would be able to maximize their profits for a player base that would typically drop out anyway. So if you can get the money from them up front, then you've got that for your long-term investments and for any expansions you need to do. So it was a very good business move on their part. And it was right before they went, like a year or two before they went free to play, I think. Alex says, good point, it would be cool to give someone new a shot. I think Aragorn would be in his early 50s during the hunt for Gollum. Yeah, early 50s, but looking like he's in his 30s, right? Exactly. In theory, he should look younger than in the Fellowship. And in the Fellowship, he looked like he was in his 40s, late 40s, early 50s. So bringing in somebody that looks like he's in his early to mid 30s would be ideal. Michael Johnson says, I have a lifetime, just got back to the game when Angmar came out, and I had so many coins. I know, dude, you probably had like 70,000 to 80,000 coins saved up. right? Because you're still getting your coins. I don't know how much they give you monthly. But if it's 500 coins every month, and you've racked that up for 17 years, yeah, 67,000 coins. There you go. I wasn't far off. That's a good chunk of coins to go spend in the store. Yeah, it's 500 per month. It's the same as being VIP. Cool. Well, I'll tell you what, everybody. I'm like 9 hours into my streaming today, and my voice is shot, and it's like 7:30 at night or something. So I'm gonna head out and hang out with my wife and wind down my day. But before we go, if you're new, let's do the commercial stuff. I stream Lord of the Rings Online on Monday nights from around 4 or 5 p.m. Mountain Time. I stream daily at 9 a.m. Mountain Time, around there. Sometimes a little later, depends on the homestead stuff. The main game right now is Starfield. On Wednesdays and Saturday nights, we play World of Warcraft. I have a homestead channel with Chris and our cats and our chickens. I do a live stream every morning from 4 a.m. to 8 a.m. roughly, where you guys can sit out on the catio and watch our cats, listen to the chickens, watch the sun come up, hear the crickets, everything else. We also usually eat breakfast on that stream, and then when I finish eating breakfast is when I come back into the office and start my day stream for whatever's the main game. I play a lot of games. This is my day job. So if you liked what you saw tonight, if you're on Twitch, don't forget that the YouTube channel is where the day-to-day happens in between the streams. There are 2 streams a day, every morning at 9, every afternoon at around 4. Traditionally every day. There are occasionally, sometimes I don't stream in the afternoons, but it's usually like maybe on Sundays sometimes I won't do an afternoon stream. But for the most part, we do 2 a day. And in between, I do a lot of news videos and reviews and discussions and stuff that happens over on YouTube. But there's also a member section on YouTube where we do member-only videos, which y'all are due one this week because we're about 2 weeks since the last one. Michael Johnson just joined as a member over on YouTube. Thanks so much for the support. And I know we had some Twitch subscribers at the very beginning of the stream tonight. Simple Monk resubscribed for the 2nd month in a row, and Visible Killer subscribed for the first time. So thanks everybody for the support tonight. Thanks to everybody for tuning in. This is how I get to do this for a living, so thanks so much. I appreciate you guys being here. I also do No Man's Sky on Sunday mornings at 5 a.m. If you want to get up early with me, guys. Oh, Chris just typed in chat. Holy shit. She's on her phone. That's my wife. That's Christina Barrios is Chris's handle. Thank you, Chris. Appreciate that. It's a pain in the butt to type on a phone. So Chris just told everybody good night on YouTube. But it's for everybody, even if you're on Twitch right now. What are you doing in there, baby? You're licking your arms, not your legs. Okay. Alright, I'm out, everybody. We'll see you tomorrow. Bright and early for the Homestead stream, and then around 9 a.m. for the continued adventures in Starfield. We played a little bit of Frostpunk 2 today. That First Impressions video is coming out bright and early Wednesday morning. Tomorrow morning is our World of Warcraft raid from Saturday night. So you come hang out with our community tomorrow morning. See you guys next time. Don't forget, if you want to play Lord of the Rings Online, I'm not promoted by them in any way, shape, or form, but it's a great freaking game. It's free to play, or you could join a legendary server and go VIP. But it is a great game with 17 years behind it. There's a lot of cool stuff in this game. There's a playlist down below that's got a few hundred videos in it from all the things I've done in this game over the years. So check it out. Let me know next week if you decided to play. Don't forget Tales of the Shire coming in March. I got a reaction video up for that. Thanks, everybody. We're out.